C12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win.
You see?
To win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep with me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep with me, I jump over it. They will see it. I say they will, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with Egypt, and when I feed it with earth, when I need it here with you. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you did by me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you did by me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it.
So, go ahead. Let me see, man.
They can do all they do.
Okay.
And they can talk all they talk. They can do what they do. Hey, turn the fire the person. Holy Ghost fire the person. Turn the fire the person. All I do was win, 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 win.
Okay, so we can hang in and you don't know.
All I do was win, win.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can win.
Yeah.
Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you were born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. They will see a koro with a big apple. They will see a koro with a small apple.
Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. This is the Lrtn Radio and Television Network in Philadelphia. We are bringing you live coverage from Philadelphia, and we want to welcome our viewers. We're going to have Mr. P is going to be on in at 10 o'clock. So we hope you'll stay tuned, keep watching, and we're going to go to Liberia with a guest we have on at this moment. Victor Jones, thank you for coming on. Share the video, please. All right. We live in Liberia with Henry Peabody. If you look on the screen, on the left-hand side of the screen, you see Henry Peabody standing there in Monrovia. And Body, you located in Monrovia, right?
Yes, I am right now in Monrovia. We located at the AP.
Okay. Okay, so those of you, if you're just waking up this morning, it's a little bit chilly out here, and on your way to Philly, downtown Center City, we got a little bit of traffic from on the 95, and Route 1 is clear. Going down towards the city too is also a little bit of traffic. This is what we do. My man G Money Canimo is on his way in studio. We got a packed agenda for you today. So we have Body, who is in Liberia, wonderful humanitarian, been doing a lot of good work in Liberia. We've been trying to get this guy in studio for months, and we've been missing each other, but finally we got him on in studio, but in Monrovia. So okay, Body, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Lrtn Radio and Television Network.
Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to hold you up too much, but we just want to dive into this. And we want to say thanks for coming on the Lrtn Radio and Television Network, Body. And How's everything going so far?
Well, it's been well. It's been well since we got here. We got here on Sunday, and I had another team that got here on Monday, and then we ran straight to work. So we've been working all day. As you can see right now, we are on GSA Road at one of the warehouses
Okay.
where we brought a lot of medical supplies. So we are now selling all the medical supplies to take to the different counties and take to different schools, what the broader school supplies. So that's where we at right now. We've been working since this morning.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And I know you have a team that went with you to Liberia. How they going so far? How they loving it?
Oh well, they are coping. They like it. They just a lot of new things for them. A lot of
Okay.
things that they probably haven't seen in their entire life. It's just a lot to be saying.
Okay.
They're excited, and even the food. They love the food. Yesterday, one of them ate the kiss our leaf, so it was really great.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. Okay. All right. So, Bali, what's the project right now? You in Liberia? What is the project? What you up to right now? I know you carry a lot of medical supply, but tell us
Well,
what is the plan?
well, we are doing. Step back a little. Okay, we are doing a lot of humanitarian work. The first thing we did was when we arrived here, we went to Orange Grove, where we built a school last year. We donated some school supplies, and we're going back again with some chairs and some benches and everything. But secondly, with the mission this year, it's a lot to it because we added medical supplies. We brought in a whole 40-foot container of medical supplies
Wow.
that will benefit different hospitals outside of here. We're talking about Bon County, you're talking about Nima, you're talking about Vassar.
Yeah.
And then we will go to a town in Nima called Zeslon Township, where we're going to break ground for a new elementary school tomorrow. On a Friday. We're going to be breaking ground for a new school on Friday. So we're going to build another 10-room classroom for those beautiful young children in that village. Then we'll go to another village where we're going to dedicate another hand pump. Then we'll go to Kipma on Saturday where we'll dedicate another pump. So it's a lot of work we're doing this year. A lot.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. I got a good news for you. The good news I got for you, we have a team that is being prepared. So next time when you're going down there, we'll have a team to follow you. So at least from in a different location, so they can be able to show our audience some of the good work we're doing. And we really appreciate that, big about it. That's why we keep telling everybody. Everybody in America, everybody in other country not looking for a job. All we want to do is to do the right thing. And I really applaud you for that. And we're not making Philadelphia lazy in Monrovia. And we got you there. So we want to say thank you so much. If we can talk to any of your guests. And so far, about it,
Yeah.
can you tell us
Yes, sir.
how's the weather? How's the weather so far?
The weather is beautiful today. It was really hot yesterday, but surprisingly, it's just warm, cold. I mean, I'm not sweating too much. You see, I got my hanger shake,
Yeah.
and I'm not even using it. I mean, it's not bad at all. So it's beautiful today. It's decoration day, so a lot of people heading up to the grave to clean their loved one grave. We'll be heading down to. I'll be cleaning my parent grave later on. But it's been a beautiful atmosphere, and Prince, as you said, it's not about finding jobs because most people think that when you come to Liberia and you do goodwill, it's about wanting to work for government and want to be represented. But we've been doing this for the last 3 years, and we have no political string attached to it. God has provided for this work, and our goal is to make sure that we give back the best way we can to help our people. If every Liberian will think in this direction,
Yeah.
that one step we help, another step we help, you could impact a greater community. I'm not from Nima, I'm not from Bong, I'm not from Kipmouth, but yet today we have been able to do something sustainable in that town where years to come and those people will continue to benefit from these things. So that's all we can do. So definitely, Prince. Yes.
Okay.
So you want to speak to?
Yes, let me speak to a couple of your guests that you have with you. Let me speak to a couple of people there. That would be great if I
Okay,
can
great.
have them on.
All right, hold on.
Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Henry Peabody. He's in Liberia, and we bring him live from Liberia. These are some of the wonderful work they're doing in Liberia, and I want you to listen and see some of the work they're doing. You can please share the video for us. We got Victor Jones is on there. We got Albert Moore. We got guests, and we got you guys are watching. Please share the video. we're gonna have Mr. P is gonna be on in at 10 o'clock for the health program, and this is nice to have Reverend Bali in Morovia doing good work, and this is so nice to have the Liberian Radio and Television Network live in Morovia. How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, how you doing, Africans? How you doing?
We're good. We're good.
Well, we're happy to have you guys in Liberia. We are a little network running from Philadelphia, so we've been in contact with Reverend Bali, Henry P. Bali, and he just told us the wonderful work you guys are doing in Liberia. So, what is the experience so far?
It's amazing. It's been amazing and very humbling, realizing how blessed we are. And we're just so thankful that we can share the love of Christ over here. It's just been amazing.
Oh,
We'd
okay.
like to learn how you guys drive. Love to take this back to America.
Oh, that's good. That's so great. Now I see you got a little man behind you there. Can I talk to the little man? How you doing, little man? How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, so
Hunter, our son.
I know you have a lot. When you come back, you have a lot to tell your friends in America, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the plan for the day? What are you guys doing today? What are you guys up to today? Can you tell our audience?
Well, we're trying to. Well, here, you go ahead. You can help. Let you talk. Yeah.
We're waiting for the truck to come to take more supplies out to Owens Grove.
Kind of figuring out what other supplies are going to go to what clinics and what hospitals, and what's going to best serve everybody. So just trying to figure out the logistics of getting everything to where it needs to be. That seems to be the biggest challenge, of getting transportation to get these much needed supplies to each different area. So that's what we're waiting on today.
Okay,
If
all
you know
right.
anyone with a truck,
Okay.
or
Okay,
anything
okay. The audience are actually asking for your name. Can you introduce yourself? I forgot to say that to you. Let's start with lady first before gentlemen. Can you introduce yourself?
My name's Kristen Hess, and
Chris-
you can call me Christy, and I'm
Okay.
a nurse in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Hunter Hess. I don't really do anything.
You're a
except follow
student.
them around.
Jamie has with natural gas for our utility company.
Okay, all right, okay, nice. But I mean, we really appreciate it. We appreciate the work you guys are doing, and we have a network. It's going to be launching in Liberia very soon. So maybe next time when you guys are in Liberia, we will have the network there to show some of the wonderful work that you guys are doing. And how's the weather? It's cold over here. How's the weather over there?
We left snow, and this is just beautiful. Much needed warmth. Amazing.
Okay.
So pretty.
All right.
Take it.
Henry was just telling me that you guys ate some of the food. You had potato green, I think cassava leaf or potato greens, and you like it? It's good?
I cassava leaf.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cassava leaves.
Cassava leaf.
Yeah.
Oh, cassava leaf.
Very good.
Cassava leaf. Okay, we want to say thank you to you guys. Thanks so much. I think you see how challenged it is in Liberia. You have a lot of kids in Liberia not going to school. I mean, no medical supplies. The country is going through, it been through a whole lot, and we're so blessed to have Reverend Body, who always trying to do humanitarian work in Liberia, and we want to applaud you guys. This is coming directly from the team, our team in studio. We want to say thanks for the wonderful work you guys are doing. And we're going to keep following you guys. And Body, if you have the opportunity, wherever you are, you can call me. I'm going to bring you live on the stream, and you can share the video to all your friends, and everybody can follow us, and we'll keep following you guys. And I hope you guys be safe. Have a good time. And Body, let me ask you something. How is the officials, the government, how is the officials treating you so far? Are they corresponding with? Are they being nice to you? Are they?
Friends, I'm not into politics, but yesterday we were we were honored to visit with Minister Bilgard Wilton. He was gracious to invite us to his office, and we had a very good time.
Okay.
And then we visited with President Hans Bachu. So far it's been great, but I think I will stop my I will stop my comment there. I'm not going to go follow.
Oh yeah, that's good.
politics of
That's
white
good.
people.
That's good. We understand. But we appreciate the white body and what you have access to us. So wherever you are, if you're doing something that is very, very serious, you want the audience, everybody to know, shoot me a quick. Send me a quick text, and I'm going to bring you on live so everybody can see it. So we want to say, you guys be well and let God be with you guys, and we hope you continue the good work.
See the flash there. We've been sorted out. So hold on 1 second. Let me take the camera there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the audience will see that. That would be really, really great. That would be very good. Okay, so for
Here.
okay.
The flash.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that. I see the guys are working. That's good. That's great. That's great. So you have all medical supply, right? All medical supply, right?
Yeah, these are school supplies on my left here. These are going to the school, and
Okay.
the rest are medical supplies for hospital and clinic.
Okay. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, that's Henry Peabody in Liberia, and Body they just took a whole 44 continuum, and we want to say shout out to this guy who is doing some wonderful work, and that's what we're here for. We want people to understand that Liberia cannot be fixed except we all come together and do the right thing. And this is what Body is doing in Liberia. You see this guy is in Liberia doing a wonderful job. So we want to say thank you, Body, so much for doing this, and we applaud you. And when you come back to the studio, bring me all the pictures and everything. I can give you some airtime so you can come on here and let our audience know and let people know the wonderful work you're doing, Body. Okay, so go ahead, swallow some good fufu,
All right, brother.
eat some
God bless.
cassava leaf and everything, and we're praying for you.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much. We're going to keep waiting. And thank you so much, Body, for coming on, man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Henry Peabody in Monrovia. We had to bring him on for a little bit to give a little update on what's happening. We want to say thanks to the whole team in Liberia, and this is what we're here for. We want to be able to show people exactly some of the work that we do. And we're not trying to gain favor from anybody. We're not trying to gain favor, but we're just trying to do our work, do our little work, and let people know what's going on. A couple of things we're going to talk about this morning, and I'm waiting for Mr. P to come in, and we're going to get started. And we want you to keep following us as we bring you a live coverage from wherever you are. Okay, this is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. I know I've been watching mostly today. Today we're going to be talking on certain things and some crucial happenings in the country. I don't like to be too political, but sometimes we got to discuss these things because it's affecting our country. And my main man G Man Cannibal is out. He's going to be in studio also. And I see Abraham Fofana, Vivian Hensford is watching, Adolfo is watching, and Fanso also watching on here. Yes, we on all the different platforms. Please share the video and let somebody know that we live in studio. And we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
C12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over you. Now how you deep with me, I jump over you. I say I jump over you. Now how you deep with me, I jump over you. They will see it. I say they will, yeah. Yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Yeah. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I could go here with Egypt, and when I feed it here with earth, oh yeah. When I need it here with you. Yes, sir. All I do was win. All I do was win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win. I say I jump over it. Now how you did for me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you did for me, I jump over it. I say I
Okay, want to say good morning to everybody, and we're gonna have Mr. P is gonna be coming on with the health. He usually discuss the health segment of the show. Today is Memorial Day in Liberia, and we have a lot of people celebrating their loved ones, and we want to say the Liberian way Nama if you're celebrating the day. And we have the number, the first number on the screen is 215-954-1375. That's our Cash App number. You can now donate. You can send us directly, use that number and be able to send, if you want to donate something, you can send it to us directly. So today is holiday in Liberia. And I know a lot of people are calling back home and trying to get in touch with family member to update them on what are some of, because most of the time in Liberia we usually go to the grave site, clean up the grave. If you look on Facebook, you see all the different pictures coming out of Liberia, and people are celebrating. But there is something I want Mr. P is going to be on here today. He's going to talk about let me see. Okay, all right. I see we have. Okay, we got people coming on. Yeah, you can please share. If you can, please share the video for us. Share the video. I really appreciate if you share the video, because whatever we do here, we try to do things where everybody will benefit from. All right, so don't be too mean and not sharing the video to other people. Okay. Alfonso said he's watching from home, Liberia. Okay. Hey, nice to have you on here, man. I hope you keep following us. Uh, we I don't know what. Can you hear me? Can you? Because somebody's saying there's no sign on the YouTube. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you let me know if the sign is good? If you hear me very well. Huh. Can you hear me? All right. I'll be waiting to see if somebody can tell me they can hear me. They can hear me clear on here. Okay. Something I wanted to ask. I wanted to talk about. The last time I spoke about, I did a little video, and I spoke about something called, everybody's aware of, it's called dual citizenship. And I spoke about the dual citizenship, and people called me and were like, okay, we listening to what you were saying, we think you make a lot of sense. But I was not trying to be sarcastic, but there are certain things I was trying to lay out. I watched something on the floor with the senators in Liberia where they were saying that they don't want to encourage dual citizenship in Liberia, and I was so downhearted to hear, folks in Liberia coming up with such idea that dual citizenship is not necessary in Liberia. Let me go back a little bit. All right, and I want to see if I can play that. Welcome to the show, Money. I want to see if I can play that and see if you can listen to the guys talking about dual citizenship in Liberia. Almost every country around us are encouraging dual citizenship, but we have our lawmakers who feel it shouldn't happen in Liberia. It shouldn't be something that we should encourage. So I decided to come on here today and talk a little bit about this and ask, what do you think? What do you think? Now, listen to this for a little bit. All right, listen to the senators talking about dual citizenship in Liberia.
If it is properly formed, what we will be having here is that people can have the opportunity in Liberia to be dual national. Now, we have some stringent measures here which some of my friends will not agree with, and we carry on what we call Article 3. Dual national is required to enter Liberia and leave Liberia using the Liberian passport. The Liberian, you want to repeat it? Dual national is required to enter Liberia and leave Liberia using the Liberian passport. The argument, you see, what we're trying to do, we can give us a chance. Let me summarize.
This is in the Senate, though. This is in the Senate.
and also to the chair, we have already taken a vote on the issue of Article 28. And now you have also asked other reporters that we ask whether we feel of dual citizenship or not. Therefore, I want to announce my motion for reconsideration on the vote that was taken. Based on the fact that Article 28 discriminated between citizens of our country, and I think it should be taken to a referendum. I will support the dual citizenship of our country with the proviso that it limits the authority, it limits the authority to property and to certain and certain position, and let me state the positions. Those positions that I will not support them having at the position of 1, President of the Republic of Liberia, 2, Vice President, Speaker and Pro Tempore of the Liberian Senate, Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court, Ambassador or High Commissioner, Secretary to the Cabinet, Chief of Staff and Deputy Armed Forces of Liberia, and so forth. When they are included in the subsequent bill, I will then submit to the position of dual citizenship. Thank you. Senator Yara. When we get Senator Yara, what a video for that. Protest and colleagues, quite frank, from the beginning of this debate in the whole chamber, I was one of those who thought that we should not allow this. But quite frankly, from where I see it, I think it has a lot of benefit for our republic. And it's hard to say, but that's a fact. People are already highly honored the cover. We got covered dual citizens already in this republic everywhere. We have it. And we got it here. So this law will help build our economy. You know, no one will invest in a land where he or she does not have security on that land. You will not. And Liberians that are outside working in the diaspora, making successes, gaining strength, will want to come home. But with the Article 28 preventing them, which is expressly being said about the dual citizenship, they will not want to invest here because they will not have some legal title as it is. But for the Commonwealth, they will take Article 28 from there. You can be citizens at multiple. Yeah. The French Liberian, Spanish Liberian are here, American Liberian. The fact that you repatriate what you earn out there, we give for it as a country. Look, the only way we can have development and we can move according to the growth is a competition that is around the world. We need to open up for competition. Let not have that fear. The fact that we can protect certain things that is our inheritance in terms of presidency, for government, and all of that, I think we'll be on the right path. But to open up for people to come here and be citizens, work with us, develop our own country, have share ownership. When you have share ownership, you invest into it. So we should not have no fear for that. You already here. You already here. What happened to us? All of us in this country, one way or the other, DD, helping people to travel. People acquiring citizenship in the United States and Australia by DD, diversity visa.
Excuse me.
Why? The situation around here, this is our country, we can't just talk about it, but you and I know economically a tough time. They're pushing people out, they're pull fighter, people getting out. They still hold a vision to their delegates. Somebody in Australia has changed to an Australian citizen, but comes from back in my hometown. How do you treat that man after 20 years? All of your children, they want to come back home. Let's give a chance, they too can have a piece of where their parents migrated from. So, colleagues, for me, I support it, and we'll stay tall around it, we'll approach each other, and get the number of votes required to ensure that it is consummated into a law. Thank you.
Thank you, Britain. And let me appeal to all of us. This is a critical issue.
I'm sorry. I'll have to call that person back. I'm sorry. This is important. And if you're watching, if you're watching, this is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. I'm playing a video from the Senate concerning dual citizenship. I'm going to be speaking on that a little bit before Mr. P can come in at 10 o'clock for the health program. So just listen, and I'm going to ask you on what you think. What's your perspective on this, on the dual citizenship?
Why Level Brown has some concerns.
Okay, let me take the call. Hold on 1 second. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Yeah, hello, your name and where you calling from? I haven't opened the line here for people to call and talk, but everybody keep calling. So your name and where you calling from? Okay, can you? I'm playing a video. Let me finish playing the video, then I will elaborate a little bit on it. Then you can call, or if anything, I will probably call you back to give a little opinion on it. Okay, so just sit back and relax. Okay, so we go back to the video. Sorry for the interruption, and let's continue.
What I have here, the people of this country, our people, for all of the two countries, the issue of dual citizenship was one of the propositions or one of the subjects that was sent to our people.
I want you to listen to this guy very carefully. I'm trying to get his name. If you watched this video before, listen to this guy very, very carefully.
I have read the report of the CRC. Overwhelmingly, all of them rejected dual citizenship. The first problem, besides the citizen delegate, dual citizenship is also called dual nationality. The first problem I personally have with dual citizenship is the issue of divided loyalty. Divided loyalty.
Did you hear that? Violent loyalty. You listen to that, right? All right, let's continue.
in law or political science. For me, I'm a student of international relations. I read political science. Dual citizenship or nationality is loyalty is the fidelity of an individual to his nation. Every state, every country demands loyalty from the citizens. That's the first thing every state, every country, every government demands. Loyalty. But if you have a citizen or an individual who holds loyalty to two or more countries, it undermines his loyalty. Given that when we talk about dual citizenship, the first reference we make is with the US. Because most of our people, if you're talking about dual, they reference the United States. And let me tell all of us the process through which one becomes a citizen of the United States. What are the conditions? Lay down. Before you become a citizen of the US, in the Immigration and Nationality Act of the US, Part J, Chapter 2, you have to declare or sign the oath or what the oath of allegiance. And I'll read that law, that particular law. And I'm quoting from the INA. It says, I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the constitutional laws of the United States of America against all countries, all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and I will take obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. This is the oath we declare to take up arms of the United States, to do non-combative role, functions, not required by the State Department or whoever. Now, you ought to fire. Listen. No, let me so at the next light there, I will take out and go. I'll give you a few examples, or one example. It is real. The non-combative role has been happening here since we have been here. I'll give you a classic example. Just recently, you have Helen's government stand. Helen Cochran. Ellen Cochran. She's a U.S. citizen. Works in the armed forces of the U.S. government. And she came here and became a government. You know the story. The information she gathered from the top government officials, including the Minister of National Defense. And so, what I'm saying is, when you become dual citizenship, the U.S. government can ask you if they so require, if they need, for you to get information on their behalf from your own, what you call government. Let me tell you, read about the spiral I read international relations between North Korea and the U.S. government. North Korea citizens went to the U.S. government and naturalized, and then they went back home, 4 of them. And while there, they started to do espionage activities, and they were arrested by the North Koreans. And the U.S. today, North Korea is suffering sanctions because of the people. U.S. before,
what's the point?
Spies were sent, but this time they don't send. Go ahead, they send people who go there naturally as they come back to work here. Those are the people they're using now. Not sending the foreign agents anymore. The other problem is social disharmony. You will have, if you open this market, the argument that some people are already dual citizenship under this guy, so we should leave it. That's a lazy argument. I think we should strengthen our laws to make sure that it doesn't happen. But also because some people are already enjoying it, so let's happen that some people are senators today, some people are it undermines our national sovereignty, because, let me tell you, when you become a U.S. citizen, and you come in your own country, the U.S. will not make problems. They watch you. Yes. If anybody commits a crime here, any citizen, who is a dual citizen, who is an American citizen, they come here in our country and commit a crime and run back to the U.S., will not get them. Aside having Quran. The U.S., I mean, why don't you read? They have a law. They have a law. They are countries. We need to read. The U.S. government has a law whereby it does not allow its citizens or her citizens to be tried by.
I want you to listen to this very carefully. This then I got a part, okay?
In whose citizens will control corrupt. Why you think the State Department issues annual report for every government? Why does use the adjective. Eddie Cochran is a born Liberian, a natural born Liberian, and naturalized in the United States. Cannot be taken away from you. Natural citizenship cannot be taken away from you. Besides that, we are from as a Liberian, you will not be they have naturalization. They enjoy all rights and privileges here as a natural citizen of Liberia. Now you are denied a Liberian from your cousin of your race. If I go to Nigeria, I cannot work there because I'm not an American citizen. I'm a Liberian.
Fellow Liberians, that was the Senate. They had a section and they were discussing dual citizenship. And I think few days ago, I decided to play this the little video so you can hear our senators in Liberia talking about dual citizenship. Fellow Liberians, on the 29th, I think the end of this month, those who own TPS and DED, they are right now, people are holding themselves, and by the end of this month, a lot of our people are not going to be working. They're not going to have the opportunity they had when they had the people being current to work. So Liberians in America right now, everybody confused and everybody trying to figure out what to do. I was on a conference call last night with Councilman Ball, who was trying to speak to his constituents, and I never had the opportunity to ask the questions, but we're trying to reach out to her office and see if we can speak to somebody to be able to for us to tell them exactly what happened. We want to see if we can bring a live coverage where we can appeal to them that whatever bill the few representatives and senators in Minnesota or Boston are going to be putting on the floor, we want our representative to also join them and plead on behalf of the constituent where they have the district they come from, where you have Liberians, so they can be able to either extend it or give them some opportunity for some path, opportunity for a little path for citizenship. Okay? And when you listen to the video, we just took off and listened to our senators talking about dual citizenship. A lot of people in Liberia who feel strongly that those living abroad shouldn't be considered as Liberians. They shouldn't have dual citizenship. If you look at Liberia and look at other countries around us, ask yourself a question. Have you benefited anything from Liberia since you've been doing yourself as a Liberian? Have you really benefited from Liberia? Ask yourself the questions. I still remember my dad talking about 13 people being on the poll when Doe took over. Before Doe, they had the past administration that came up, 13 people that were on the poll, they said they were all corrupt. They killed them. Sometimes I watch the video and I keep asking the question, the people were really bad? Were they bad? Were they corrupt? Did we have to kill them? Okay, then came Doe. Doe served, and Doe was the liberator. He came and he served, and we found out that Doe became more corrupt. All right. There were people in Liberia, tougher time, that were benefiting, they were enjoying, they never had time. People say Congo people, but some of the Congo people said was suffering more than anything. And people said, oh, certain people were enjoying and nobody else, other people were not having the opportunity and all of that. And Doe came, Doe took over, everything's supposed to be good. It turned out to be worse. There were more corrupt people. Things were terrible. And we end up with what? War. Then came Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor came. Charles Taylor, people were corrupt. Charles Taylor had a whole bank in your house, and people were suffering. And then came Julie Bryan. Julie Bryan left. Came Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Ellen's gone. We have George Manning Weah. When you look at all the past administration we ever had in the country, what have you benefited, especially with the young folks? We who felt the war and we sat in Liberia, we felt everything was okay, we were going to school, they came to rip everything away from us, we fled, we went into exile, and here we are in America. Some people in Ghana, some people in other countries, some people in other countries where they have no opportunity to work. They born kids there. Those kids were born in the country and stay. People don't consider them to be either Ghanaian, Nigerian, or wherever you are. Some are still fighting to have citizenship in the country. And here we are in America. We have Liberians who are not citizens yet. And you got people in Liberia saying that they don't want dual citizenship. And look at the country. Look at the country. You got people about to lose the status, the low status they have to work, earn money, take care of the family back there. So my question here is, are you benefiting being a Liberian citizen? Ask yourself, are you benefiting being a Liberian citizen? Hold on one second, I got a call coming in. Mr. Cannibal, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Cannibal? You are live on the show. You on your way to the studio, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will see you when you get here.
All right.
Okay. So are you benefiting as a Liberian citizen? What have you benefited from being a Liberian, or are you benefiting now being a Liberian? Fellow Liberians, we got to start joking with ourselves. We got to start being deceitful. All right? People live in Liberia. You watch some of the videos and things that are coming out of Liberia. People getting angry with the current administration we have, and people saying the guys are not qualified, they are not competent enough to be in certain positions. Did you ever sit back and think that we got more of these guys loading up in Liberia? What happened to kids that are not going to school? You look on the street, they're calling people Zoko. You got thousands and thousands of people. I just had Henry Peabody on here a few minutes ago who's in Liberia, and they're trying to reach out. You got Liberians all over the world. Qualified Liberians. People who are who are impacting other society, making things to happen for them. I lived in Ghana for a long time, and I was in Ghana. You know how much money pour into the economy of Ghana from Liberians? People sending money back and forth, taking care of their family. Fellow Liberians, we live abroad, we live here. The suffering that is going on in Liberia, and you see the hardship that's happening in Liberia, fellow Liberians. You got Liberians in America who are tired. They can't afford to take care of folks back there no more, because they have done it for years upon years upon years, and they're just giving up. Some of the folks you see that don't have people yet today, deciding to go, they might be going back home, who knows, but we're praying that it don't happen. Have tried the possible best. You can take care of the people back home so much. When you go back home, it looks like they still need help. And you have people in Liberia saying that they don't feel it's necessary towards citizenship to be applied in Liberia. Let's take a little break and we'll be right back.
It's Growler Boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way. Soon on day break like your face I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you. That's just how I wanna be. I will ride for you like Gange. No one wants you, you're not pamble. I love you, don't tante. Oh, got me singing like morning, oh, morning, baby. I just wanna sing morning, oh, morning, baby. Wrote a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Morning, oh, morning, baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Hold on, when you pose, no need to say cheese. Oh no, no. Your beauty that news, let them carry the cheese. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No competition, you take it with ease. Put that, you know, put that on my heart, oh. For nobody, wherever your spot, oh. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. They leave with my bone, I won't pour you in glass. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fly that man, I'll touch you when you pass. You find like a man and go out there. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You too metro, you not like fries. You my everyday new thing. Go for bed party in the daily, oh. Me I like good thing. Me I like good thing, let people don't want you, oh. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I just wanna sing. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Wrote a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh.
Okay, fellow Liberians, we are back, and stay with me. If you're watching, stay with me, please, and let's keep the fire burning. Okay, so back to what I was saying. You listen to the video, and you listen to the senators saying that they don't think dual citizenship is necessary. Let me say this to you. I know, I'm in America. I'm not going to waste my time, but I will tell you this: that I'm a Liberian, and I am an American citizen. I am an American citizen. I used to live with my uncle in Liberia. My uncle got killed right in front of me. Right in front of me. I migrated to Guinea, from Guinea, Ivory Coast, Ghana. Here we are in America. I came to America before I went back to Liberia. After the war, I had to come here before I went back to Liberia. When I went back to Liberia, I couldn't even believe that was Liberia. I have friends whose parents were killed. young, all kids. We didn't even know what was going on, and they all migrated. And most of the people that I grew up with, that's why I say when some of us will go back to Liberia, people don't really know us in Liberia because we were young. We came outside. Most of the people we got to know were outside, from living in Guinea, hanging around some of your big brothers, going to Ghana, hanging around people. People get to know you, and going to Ivory Coast or Ivory Coast, then Ghana, then you come to the States. When you go back to Liberia, even in your own neighborhood, you don't know nobody there. Nobody know you there. You don't know people there no more. Everything is so different. Some people went back, and today's Memorial Day, I decided to talk about this. People went back home. Some people are home now, cleaning graves that they didn't even know, they never met before. Some people came out, born a kids here, and they went back home to go meet their grandparents. Parents carrying them to show them this is your grandpa's grave and this is the thing, born out of the country. Fellow Liberians, if we continue to be deceitful to ourselves, we will not go anywhere. We're looking at the present administration and everybody's complaining about we are administration. Don't get me wrong, this is the most terrible administration we have. But let me say this to you. How many times have you heard your elected official showing some concern about Liberians outside? There were a few months ago I said this. In Libya, you have Liberians in Libya trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean. I was so shocked when they showed the camera to how far it's going to take you to cross from Morocco to Spain. And people were taking the risks. And you talk about Liberian citizenship. If somebody can take the risks from crossing from Morocco into Spain, do you think the Liberian citizenship is relevant to them? So you're telling me I live in America, I am an American citizen. After going through all the destruction in Liberia, my citizenship that I got the American citizenship yet. I should leave it and go to Liberia and say, no, I don't want to be American citizen because, I love Liberia so much. Let me tell you this. I haven't benefited anything from Liberia. I haven't benefited anything from Liberia. The only thing we benefit from Liberia was destruction. All our being kids, everything we had to enjoy, everything went away. We never benefited anything from Liberia. We spend most of our time in exile. I live in Guinea, I live in Ivory Coast, then we went to Ghana. You tell me about Ghana, I can tell you a whole lot about Ghana. You tell me about Guinea, I can tell you a whole lot about Guinea. You got people who were young, and we migrated. And you have senators in Liberia. If the senators can be discussing dual citizenship, talking about it's going to cause some security implication, and people will come and they will steal, they will run away, they will do things, and you can't catch them. We just had a team that was put up by the president for corruption. $16 billion got missing. They say it got missing. They say it's not missing, they found it. And people went to jail. And free people. Some people in jail. Some people, they say they will not even catch them because it's not important. They still holding their position and still working. And you're telling me when people do something wrong, they will run away from Liberia. Right in Liberia, the justice system for Liberians who were born there and they stay there right now, they cannot get justice. And you're talking about you don't want dual citizenship. What are you afraid of? Tell me. Fellow Liberians, this is the topic for today. We got Liberians who are about to be deported, and we pray that it don't happen. Because when they get deported, they go back to Liberia. You and myself know there's nothing much in Liberia to go to. People been out of that country for decades. You visit Liberia, you go back to Liberia, it's like a deteriorating. Nothing changes. If you live in Liberia, you used to take back in the pocket. If your parents never had it, you never had it before, and you came out here, and if you don't strive or work hard to go back and build yourself a house or to do something to improve your family life or to do something, and you stay here all your life and you decide to go Liberia, if you used to take back in the bucket, you go right back to go take back in the bucket. If you used to use firewood in your village and you don't improve it, you don't do something that you're going to go right back there to go do the same thing. We getting angry with the administration. Oh, the people not qualified, the people not this. But fellow Liberians, we got more job we are loading up. We have more incompetent people loading up. We have a whole lot that is coming to us. I listen to the Sierra Leonean president and I see the excitement in Sierra Leone. When you meet the Sierra Leoneans, you meet them, how excited they are. They're so excited. So excited. Most of them are trying to go back home. Fellow Liberians, whether you're in Canada, you're in wherever you come from. If you were born in Liberia, you are Liberian. If you do something crazy to what you are and they want to deport you, they want to ship you right back to Liberia. When I went to get my citizenship, they just said, remember, you are a Liberian and don't never turn your back on Liberia. You live in America, you're going to be an American, but always remember where you come from. Take the good things from here and make sure you send that back to Liberia. Go back to Liberia and help to improve, because America is the whole world. People got different ideas, different talents, different character, and everything coming together. This is a melting pot. So fellow Liberians, if you sit down and you listen to our brothers and sisters back home and they tell you that they don't want dual citizenship, ask yourself, will you leave your citizenship, whatever country you are, and go to Liberia, and you think it will benefit you? The number is on the screen. I have one number now, and the number is 215-954-1375. How do you feel being a Liberian? This little country called Liberia, have you benefited from Liberia? Since you've been knowing yourself. For me, I said no. I'm benefiting more being outside in America. I got American citizenship. If I go anywhere, anything happen to me, well, I know that somebody gonna ask question. You saw the people in Minnesota. Did you see your Liberian officials on there talking? We got the president. The president just have a little page that you see Sam Toby on there. Have you seen them coming out to say anything to you about dual citizenship, about those in America or Liberians all over the place? We hope that our citizens. You think they showing any concern? You think they care? Do you think they care about you? Ask yourself. Look at the president we have, George Weah. George Weah came outside. George Weah had to fight. This guy had to fight to be relevant. He had to fight. Nobody knew George Weah when George Weah was little coming up. George Weah started playing football. Like I said, if Weah were going to retire in Liberia, that was going to be it. Weah came outside. And that how everybody clicked to George Weah. Oh, George Weah. Everybody happy for George Weah. But fellow Liberians, you think a George Weah was going to be in Liberia, going to retire in Liberia? You think anybody going to care? You know how many Liberians dying outside? How many times you saw from the top, the Ellen Johnson to George Weah to even the Charles? How many times you seen he came outside and say the concern about Liberia being outside? What can he do? You have the Sierra Leone president in America. He came here to going around talking to Sierra Leoneans, come back home. Come on, let's build our country. Let's do something. And you hear your senators back home telling you that dual citizenship, if they allow, is going to cause some security implication. People will run away. They will commit crime or run away. Fellow Liberians, Ellen Johnson said the government just ended. The administration just ended. How many Liberians that were in Liberia that stole, that were working, that was in Liberia, they stayed and it was there, and there was nobody that got prosecuted? You have this government coming into place too. There's no justice in this country. You're talking, forget about us outside here. You got minors that people just fell in the mine. They couldn't even rescue. They died. Some people died. Look at the rape cases in Liberia. Rape cases. How many young girls getting raped? Tell me. How many young girls getting raped? How many times they prosecuted people in Liberia for rape? You're talking about you don't want dual citizenship. Some of the ideas and some of the things that's going on in Liberia is coming from outside. Fellow Liberians, The number is on the line. I have the number on the screen. It's 215-954-1375. I have the Cash App number. We want you to help donate to this platform. And I would love for you to call in here and let's discuss this. This is something that is killing. It's just I keep sitting and I can't understand why our people will even think that having dual citizenship is going to be so complicated and it's going to lead to something negative in the country. Are you benefiting being a Liberian? Tell me. Are you benefiting being a Liberian? Just ask yourself. You go to Liberia, it's the same old. From one administration to another administration, from one administration to another administration. Nothing changing. Nothing changes. Everything just the same. You go, you meet your friends that you knew from other countries and they went back home. They tell you, say, if I knew I was going to stay the way I was. Because there's nothing good going on yet. Call your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, this is Munel
Okay, welcome to the show, man.
from New Jersey.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I'm online.
Yeah, you're on live. Everybody get
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. That was a very good topic. And, you know, it's so sad when you look at our history, my brother. I want you to just go all the way back, how Liberia was founded. Liberia was not founded like all the other countries who went through struggles, and at last they got their independence in 1957, Ghana, in 1970, Sierra Leone. The guys went through the struggle and put things in place. But Liberia, just imagine 1847, a big forest, and we got our independence from where? From the United States American Colonization Society, not even America. But our people, with the biggest problem is that we are not patriots and we don't respect each other. That is one of our problems. The problem in Liberia today is caused by the people, the so-called educated people who went to school. Now they're looking down upon people and they're not ready leading. We got a leadership problem in Liberia from day one. It's not today. We've been having a leadership problem. Now people talking about, I listened to the tape. It was so shameful. Don't you know the ambassador that George Weah appointed to America? She's an American citizen. But the Senate confirmed her. When she came to America, America sent her back. Now she's in Great Britain. Liberia today is caused by the people, the so-called educated people who went to school. Now they're looking down upon people and they're not ready leading. We got a leadership problem in Liberia from day one. It's not today. We've been having a leadership problem. Now people talking about, I listened to the tape. It was so shameful. Don't you know the ambassador that George Weah appointed to America? She's an American citizen. But the Senate confirmed her. When she came to America, America sent her back. Now she's in Great Britain. Liberia today is caused by the people, the so-called educated people who went to school. Now they're looking down upon people and they're not ready leading. We got a leadership problem in Liberia from day one. It's not today. We've been having a leadership problem. Now people talking about, I listened to the tape. It was so shameful. Look in the Senate and the representatives. Let them be fair. How many American citizens in that place? Look, the Constitution says it. And when you went to do your citizenship, they never told you to forsake your country.
No.
They never say you should denounce your citizenship.
No.
America never said that.
Yes.
The relationship today between America and Israel, that should be the same relationship with Israelis are the only people who in the American army, they are American citizens and they go back home, they can fight for the country.
Yeah.
But in this country, they never told me I should denounce the Liberian citizenship.
No.
While we are hypocrites, we are appointing people who are American citizens in the same Senate, confirming them.
Even the president we have right now got dual citizenship.
Yes, he got dual citizenship. Ellie got dual citizenship. Everybody in that country that got dual citizenship. Why our representatives, people that we elected, continue to suppress Liberians? I thought when they elected to be a leader, because it's not a job you apply for to say, oh, this man is qualified. We want you to go and speak for us. And now you're suppressing your own people. What is the big deal to say that, look, let Liberians around the world, you are free to come to this country, you're entitled to your dual citizenship. We're not saying make a white man citizen, because even if you go to Israel, Israel do not naturalize nobody because you know what? They're not many. They're not many. They do not accept. They don't naturalize no foreigner. You're either be a resident, and that's it. And now what happens? They're sending people back. But our people, we are very hypocrite. We are stupid. That's how I can say. Sometimes when you say moral, it sounds good, but it seems like stupid. But my brother, the problem in Liberia is not a common male. It's not us that are in this country here. You know what they're afraid of? Because they got people in America, people in Canada, people around the world who are smart, who just don't want to go to Liberia. Look at Richelieu Dennis, one of the richest Liberians. This boy got a business in this country that white people work for him. He's a rich guy. You think Richelieu going to go to Liberia and do business? Because there's nothing there to protect him. We look at our own people and call them foreigners. But you see Nigerians, Ghanaians, leaving from their country, going there, respect them. Even respect the white man. When Lincoln, I think it was Lincoln, when they put our constitution together, you know why they said nobody should naturalize in Liberia? Because the slave business. They don't want no white man to naturalize in Liberia. And you know what I'm saying? Well, our country, I don't know what we're going through, Prince. I don't know what we're going through. Where is our eye? Because we don't have no vision. Our leaders are lack of vision. They are lack of vision. Look, Prince, most of the guys in the Senate and representatives, do you know what they ran for? They look at the salary.
Yeah, the salary.
Oh, they paying people 14,000, oh, 15,000. Oh, let me go and contest. Nobody trying to put Liberia first. And I will tell people today, that's why I will continue to say it. If everybody can just try, I was just sitting last night, listening to a girl from Liberia. I was so shocked. Yes, we need to be in Liberia to conscientize our youth. They got smart people in our country.
Yeah.
But because there is no one else can live because we got family, we got children.
Yeah.
And even if I go, where is the protection? Where is the hospital if my head is pinning me? I can't even go to a hospital. I'm afraid because they got no regulation in the country. Eh? People are just there doing all kinds of what people put their pockets first. In like when you think about Liberia, Prince, you think with your heart, just how you get your family in your house. When you're thinking about politicians and they out there, you think with your head and have a broad mind for everybody to feel good. What's going on? Look at our history. Then you will understand where Liberia coming from. Every time a man is educated, he suppresses the other one down.
Yeah.
We don't care for the next man. By the time I go up, you that pass by, you are nothing. You continue to remain that because I will suppress you. And which is wrong for our country.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll blame our president. You're talking about American citizens going to Liberia and they will escape when they create crime.
Yeah.
Do you know how many rapists in our country and they're walking free there?
I tell you.
Do you know how many corrupt people in our country who stole from past government and today they are in government?
You know,
look in the Senate.
You know what? I was talking to somebody the other day and the guy was telling me that, listen, the best thing we can do for instead the way we're not able to solve the corruption problem in Liberia, we can just legalize it. Let's look at it. Let's fix it. Let's look at it and see if we can fix it such a way that we can just legalize it instead of, because it seems to be there's nobody interested in changing things in Liberia. Because if you look at Liberia money, I'm telling you this, we haven't benefited anything from Liberia.
That's a fact, Prince.
We're not benefiting anything.
Who took the war to Liberia? They were not people who not educated.
No.
These are all educated people who took the war to Liberia.
If they can't beat them, it shouldn't be nobody else. If they can't beat them, it shouldn't be nobody else.
Yes.
And we're sitting there and we over here. Some people, you know, I tell people feel that when you're in America, everything is okay with you. No, that everybody happy to be in America. Everybody don't want to be here. People want to go back home. If you look at the type of development that's going on in Liberia, majority is from people outside. So why certain people in Liberia believe that you cannot have dual citizenship? I don't know whether they feel intimidated.
I listened to that senator. I was so shameful. Prince, you were there. The judge said it, and I was on TV. He said, "Do not forget the country you're coming from.
That's correct.
It's a great opportunity.
Yes.
Because you will go back.
You will go back home.
Okay, the children were born in a country. Yes, they might want to stay here. They won't go home. But you can't even take your children home because you know what? There's certain things we lack of in America, in Liberia.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Liberia is rich, Prince. Look at Sierra Leone. I went to school in Sierra Leone. Look at Sierra Leone leader coming around, going around America, speaking. This man was just at, it's so shameful for us. Prince, we got leadership problem in Liberia.
A serious one.
But because our people don't know, that is why we continue to select, appoint, elect the wrong people into place. Our leaders do not have vision. Please, I will give you an example. Look at us sometimes when we get money and we're building house in Liberia. We build 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom houses.
Yeah.
You don't get no child, yo.
Yeah.
You forget that you thinking about getting 4, 5, 6 children, but you just build only 2-bedroom house. You forget about the future. Look at example. When we were building the SKD stadium, we be then that we will not fill that stadium up. And I'll give an example in Labor Ministry, Prince. We put a tank together for our generator. I can still remember Tom you. The guy said, I told him, I said, listen, we need a bigger tank. This other guy said, no, but how many, we can only usually we'll buy like 20 gallons. I said, listen, there will be a time we'll put 100 gallons, 200 gallons in this tank. And today when you go to Labor Ministry, we got a tank there for our for the generator at the time we're on UN Drive that could take over 5,000 gallons, 500,000 gallons of fuel. You see, we are limited. Look at America. America built their constitution together because they look at the future. That's what today America tell you. When you live in a country as a resident 5 years, you can naturalize. You know why? Because the educated people, the real Americans, are gone. You can't find them anymore. When you go to Liberia, you find people, you find Sierra Leoneans coming from Sierra Leone, you find Ghanaians. They enter Liberia, they're getting more respect.
More respect.
They got this, they got
They benefit. They benefit more than you, the Liberians.
Yes, we're not saying we are not ready for white men or any European or American to naturalize in America because we don't even, our immigration system is not even in place. Nobody know when you enter the country, nobody know when you leave.
Nobody know when you leave.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They will just see you to the airport, they stamp your book, you go by the next day, they even know when you left that country.
Yeah.
So we don't even we have nothing in place. But Prince, it's leadership problem. It's not the people. The poor people voted for the guys, they were poor. They had nothing for themselves. And when we learn, Prince, when Liberian men learn, you frustrated. They're giving you all kinds of technicality. We are good lawyers outside, but we are terrible. We never went to court before. We are better individually. We are doing good. Collectively, Prince,
it's a problem.
we are the worst people on earth. Collectively, we are the worst people. You can go and demonstrate for the man who in a problem. He might not even go demonstrate.
Yep.
You know how many Liberians were in the country? Because you see, let me tell you something. At the time, Liberians were free. They used to come to America for a weekend and go back. Come to America for a weekend, we pay them and they go back. They never negotiate with America to say, listen, we stood with America. Liberians are founding member of the United Nations.
Yeah.
Number one, founding member. We stood with America during the World War II. Yeah. At that time, they had a Omega Tower in Liberia. But you think America cares? No. We should have. We should. I think we should have. We should have visa free to come to this country. Yes. From what we went through. Look at Liberians today who, but you know, by the grace of God, and I believe they will increase. They will extend the time. Yeah. Look at Liberians, working people who are working. Yes, don't get me wrong. Against some Liberians who have messed up the road. They into all kind of crimes. Yeah. I don't care if they want to carry. They can carry. But they got good Liberian Prince. Just yesterday. And the other day, Sunday, I was in the church. I told the pastor, let's pray for our people because people are on the urge right now. They don't know what to do. On the urge? They don't know. Some are not too strong. Some are commit suicide. You don't know. Some of them have built up everything. Look at this girl they call Kia Zulu. I saw her speaking at the Senate. You know, the Kia Zulu girl was actually born in I think, Zimbabwe. And then she never went to Liberia. She came, her family sent her to America. Yeah. And that girl getting a PhD right now. Yeah. That girl whole life, but she's on PPS. Why you think America will just let that kind of person go? No way, don't worry. But will not leave.
Apart from that, my brother Money, you just imagine the amount of Liberians that were born outside because the war lasted so long. Imagine the amount of Liberians that are born outside and some of the wonderful things they're doing. Some of the kids never saw Liberia before. They were born out of there. They graduate from school. They're working in corporate America. They're working in corporate or how they call it, Canada, and all the different places and things. And you talking about dual citizenship? If you have all the expertise outside, yeah, everybody. You think that I don't understand? That's the thing. They don't want to take your job. They want your job, so they don't want to be. Some of them don't even want to be. They don't want to go into election. No, they don't want to. Not everybody want to go to Liberia for government job, but even money. Listen to this. There are a lot of people that work here who are retiring. Some people work here. They say, when I go back home, I just want to go relax. People don't want to go and be running around to be running behind work again and be working. No. You know,
that make it open a small shop, get a small car. I mean, we employ 2 persons. That's 2 persons. That's 2 families right there.
That's correct.
That's 2 families right there.
Why will you
that
think
will help the government?
Yeah, why would you think that you're more Liberian than me? You can make decision on saying you when you got all the citizenship. I didn't get up and just say I'm going to go get citizenship. How many times you take that? What I said, take a bus or take something, go to Liberia right now, put that bus down, take a whole bus from here, carry to Liberia and put it down. I say, who all want to leave the Liberia will take you to another country and you'll be citizen before you enter that bus. Money you won't take that you money. Even in the Senate, some of them will tell you say let go in there first before you come.
My aunt in this country, she had retired. You know the one said? The one said I won't go home and open my school. I can't wait for the children to go to school. I won't go. But how can I won't go home? You know what she said? She said, but why Liberia so backward like that? You won't tell me they can't respect their own people who left the country already. That woman won't go home, but that woman cannot go home and stay there because you're looking at her as an American citizen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She got money here. She got you know her very well. She got money. But the one thing I want to build schools. I just want for the children to go to school. She ain't talking about politics.
No.
She ain't talking about taking nobody's job from her. The woman bought land in Liberia already. And all things boiled down to leadership, Prince. I'll tell you, they say when the leaders lack vision, the nation perish, my brother, in the Bible. When your leader do not have that vision, the nation will perish. If the leader got a good vision, he got to look for good people to realize his vision. If he don't look for the good people, he will never realize, because he himself cannot hold his vision and be walking around. He needs a team.
No. Yeah, that's correct.
He needs a team. Then when they're ready, they say, the Bible say, don't criticize your government. It's the same Bible who say the people that are leading the flocks should respect the flocks too.
Yeah.
Because if you on the farm, if you get up every morning, I saw my mother-in-law, she get up every morning, she take the rest, and say, we have small chicken in the yard, everything will come around. I say, wow. If that woman get up every morning and start driving the chicken, it will come around. The chicken will not respect her.
Yeah.
It happened in Liberia. By the time you see the puppy that come outside, you see all the chicken, everything, the dog, everything coming around because we'll come and eat now. But if that woman gets up in the morning and start choking there, throwing there, they will not come around. That's how human being look like.
Yeah.
But our leaders, I will forget about the president. Everything. When the last time, Prince, the legislatures ever came up to argue about the citizen in Liberia going through hard time?
No, nothing.
When was the last time from Ellen Johnson to this particular time to say, oh, government slashing 25% on civil servant salary? The people are already dying. They haven't taken pay, but they're slashing their salary 25%. When the last time the Senate stood up and said, listen, there is no health care in the country, we got to do something.
Nothing.
But this nonsense did not score that we voted for, people voted for them, then they criticizing other people, they get a citizenship in the bag, they got 2 passports with them.
That definitely.
They leave, they get a family in America going to school,
Yeah.
they get a wife living here.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, Prince, let me tell you something today. There are a lot of things that are coming for them. They be careful. Liberia will demonstrate against them. You can be good or bad, you'll not enter this country. You're not enter this country because Liberians will go after you too.
Yeah, okay.
Eh?
All right, thank you for calling.
I'm an American citizen, my brother. I'm a Liberian American, and I have my friends coming into my job, you know that, and everywhere. Liberia campus, no matter what. Liberia, the country will fight America in war.
Yep.
You in real life.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
And I mean, reading that nonsense there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for calling, and we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with Mr. P.
D12 on the beat.
All I do is win, 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 win. All I do is win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do is win, 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 win. All I do is win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deal with me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deal with me, I jump over it. They will see it. I said the way, yeah. Say you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with eat you. And when I feed it, it will hurt. Oh, yeah. When I need it, it will ju. Yes, sir. All I do was win. All I do was win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win. I say I jump over. The whole you did for me, I jump over. I say I jump over. The whole you did for me, I jump over. I say I jump over. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. They can do all they do, and they can talk all they talk. They can do what they do. Hey, turn the fire the person, Holy Ghost fire the person. Turn the fire the person. All I do is win. All I do is win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you were born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win. They will see a koro with a big apple. They will see a koro with a small apple. They will see a koro with a big apple. They will see a koro with a small apple. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. Yeah. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. I say I jump over. The whole you did for me, I jump over. All I did was win. All I did was win.
Take a look at my baby, yeah. God damn it, take a look at my baby, yeah. We see riding, we be looking so wavy, yeah. Take a look at my baby, yeah.
Yeah, it's why I love my baby girl, because she hold me down for real. Scoop me up in that black Nissan when I didn't have them wheels. So now I got my baby riding with me. Plus she be looking extra pretty. Put 100 carats on and gave her chills. For real, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Pretty little mama, what you saying? I don't wanna go another day, yeah. If I don't get to see your pretty face, yeah. Oh no, yeah. 'Cause you know I like it when you say that. You know I like it when you play that. Ain't no competition when you come around. Oh no, yeah. 'Cause you got a vibe, you already know. Shawty fine from my head to toe. It's been a while since I had you close. So tell me why would I let you go? There ain't a thing that I wanna need, just your love and company. Baby, I'll do anything you please, just as long as you stay with me. So baby, won't you stay tonight? Here we can do the things you like. Won't you stay tonight? Shawty, you will mash up the place when you turn up the bass. When you make me feel good and the beat can never stress. But light up that thing, make a bad man relax. That's the reason why me love you long time. Baby girl, I like the way you break that. And you know I like the way you shake that. Ain't no competition when you come around. Oh no, you got a vibe, you already know. Don't be shy, baby, let it show. And that's the reason why I need you with me. So baby, tell me that you ain't gon' leave. So baby, won't you stay tonight? Yeah. Here we can do the things you like. Yeah. Won't you stay tonight? And I'ma make you feel right. Oh baby, won't you stay tonight? You say yeah. Oh no. I like the way you say yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, Shawty the realest one, already told her that. So if you give me your time, you know I cherish that. We got this kind of bond, ain't talking kind of fit. That made in China shit, I'm talking about designer fit. Girl, you know I like the way you break that. Make me ask your mama how you get that. Say she coming over, that's a touchdown. Cause when she touched down, yeah, it's a bruck down, yeah.
So baby, won't you stay tonight? Yeah. Here we can do the things you like. Yeah. Won't you stay tonight? And I'ma make you feel right. Oh baby, won't you stay tonight? You say yeah. Oh no. I like the way you say yeah. Oh no.
All right. Okay. Good morning again. We are back, and we're just talking on before Mr. P came in. We're just talking on. I had a little topic about dual citizenship, and we had people calling in Mr. P before you came on, and I also had Henry Peabody from Liberia who's doing some humanitarian work. It was just on yet, and let's load that.
Yeah, that is low.
Load.
It's off.
It's off. Oh, okay. I think it's from my end. Yeah. Okay, it's from my end. Okay, so we have Mr. Pierce in the studio, and we're going to be going directly to the health program, the segment with Mr. P on your health. And today he's going to be talking about, is it typhoid fever? Typhoid, right?
Yeah, we say we're going to be talking about. Good morning, first of all.
Yeah, good morning. How you been, Mr. P? How you been so far? How you been?
I've been all right.
Okay.
I've been all right. Like we usually say that we come here on the Monday, the Wednesday, and the Friday.
Yeah.
And I've been all right, pretty good. Except that we want to know about how our brothers and sisters in Radio Land, how are they doing. So we are about to discuss something that has been affecting most of them back home. We call typhoid fever. We know typhoid fever is not a disease that is prevalent in the industrialized nation. Some places like America and Australia, UK, in those nations, that's not the kind of place that you will expect typhoid fever. It's a serious disease, and most of the people back home are most of the time affected with typhoid disease. All right, so we're going to be discussing that this morning. Like we said, good morning to you all, brothers and sisters, mommy and fathers. Like try to share the video and get some little education this morning.
Yep.
Concerning typhoid fever, where it is prevalent and who it affects and all that. So we get right back to it.
Okay. Before you continue, people were watching and we're talking a little bit about dual citizenship before you came in. So we were going to continue that topic tomorrow. I will try to come in tomorrow for us to continue on the dual citizenship. And I just want you guys to pray and call your local representative, your state or councilman or whosoever you can call, so they can be able to talk on behalf of the Liberians who are going to be affected by
the DED,
the DED and the TPS.
Yeah, the DED and the TPS. Today is Wednesday, right?
Yeah, today's Wednesday.
Okay, on the Thursday, there are Liberians that will be marching on to Washington. To talk to Congressman, especially Jairi, who is the congressman from Rhode Island. So at that rate, we have our congressional people from California, New York, and Delaware, Minnesota, Boston, and how to call it, New Jersey. We call all these people. We call them, especially Jairi from Rhode Island has sponsored a legislation that legislation is to turn the DED, to eliminate the DED and make them permanent residences so that they can have their green card. So this is why we're calling all our congressional people. Those are all who did not go. What we did is to call our congressional representative, because that's the place the bill is first of all introduced. The bill is introduced into the House. Then from there it go to the Senate. So somebody like Chuck Schumer, Cory Booker, and somebody like Nancy Pelosi, we call them, and somebody like Jairi, he's the one already there. Something like Brandon Boy of Pennsylvania. These are people that we contacting, so that when that bill come onto the floor, they are going to support that bill to let it bill pass, so that our brother who are on TPS and DED will not be deported, and they will have their status as permanent residency. They will give them permanent residency, and then after 5 years, then they can. We should say, okay, we want to be a citizen. You see, being a citizen is very good. We are not, you think this country, you see how this country is big and recognized and is well powerful in the world. Being a citizen, we have many countries, all the different countries. All the people that from those countries come here, they want to be a citizen. You know why they become a citizen? One reason. You be a citizen to protect the land that you came from.
No.
To be a citizen, to be able to protect our own land, like say our own.
We got senators in Liberia. I was just discussing that. We got people in Liberia, senators in Liberia, who feel it's going to cause some security implication.
No, there are no such. There are no such thing as
security. We're going to come back here tomorrow.
There are no such thing as security implications.
No, that's what they feel.
They do not understand.
They feel that people will commit crime and they will run away and come back here.
You see,
and the crime right there, they can solve the problem that's there. But they say people will run and come back here.
You can't be a citizen and go over there and commit crime and come here, because when you come, you jeopardize your own self. You see, that's not how we do. That's not what dual citizen here is. When we become dual, when we hold a dual citizenship, we protect our own country. We help our own country with anything, development, political, anything. We cannot allow our people back home to suffer. That's why we hold dual citizenship. And America and Liberia, you know, Liberia has been put together by America for America. So those are all who they are supposed to have. We're supposed to be first of all recognized among any other nation in this world. So that anytime we can come from Liberia, we war here just like that. By right, we're supposed to be having our own plane. We call Liberian Airway, that can just come from IRA and come to New York straight, and we just fly back and forth just like that. That's why we hold dual citizenship. If anything going on wrong in Liberia, we can come back and say, look, we go to the capital and say, oh, representative, you know this one. We go on Liberia. We want this thing to be right in Liberia.
We've been doing that.
Yeah, we have been doing it for that.
All the Ebola. Ebola, look at the help that
at the time that Child Taylor was giving hard time over there, we marched on to Washington and said, look, you know what? You know the relationship between Liberia and America. So we cannot, and they know, they said we cannot allow Liberia to go anywhere for anybody to do anything wrong to Liberia. When you see anything going wrong, you let us know, and we will make sure that our country is all right for every one of us. You see, Liberia has America already fixed. America fixed that free port we call free port of Monrovia. We call right now the gateway to the Liberian economy. Liberia faced that the Omega Tower. Okay, Liberia faced that America faced that Omega Tower. America faced that Freeport. America faced that RRA. 1945, during they were in war with Germany. And after 1945, in 1948, they passed all those things, all those places for Liberia for their own economic gain. They say, you use those places because we put them together. So it is left with us to just to develop it the way we want it, to the standard, so that we can make money to develop our country. America put this thing together, and they are never going to let us go down. That's why when we come here, we have all right to become citizens. Even at certain time, congressmen came by and say, why other nationalities come here and become citizens? You're who from Liberia, and we put you there. You will come by here, you can't be citizen. You need to be citizen to protect that to protect that region. We need to be citizen. When we are citizen, does not mean that we are going against Liberia. No, we are there to protect it.
Of course.
That's why we protect it. We have always protected Liberia from time to time. Anybody going to Liberia, anybody leave from here, go to Liberia and do anything wrong, when we get to recognize that, we will take it on the capital, and the capital will listen to us.
That's correct.
Those who are citizens here, we are here to protect Liberia. We protect everybody that living in that region, in that little country. We protect them to the best of our ability. That's the whole nation. That's the whole point of dual citizenship for Liberians here in the United States. So let nobody be confused about this thing here, and we will protect Liberia, and we'll continue to encourage every one of you when you become a residency after your 5 year apply.
Okay, somebody's calling. Let me see. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello? Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Alfred Tugba, and I call from Trenton, New Jersey this morning.
Oh, New Jersey. That's Alfred Tugba. This is Alfred Tugba on the line from the People newspaper. Alfred Tugba, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm following the podcast.
Okay.
And I'm listening to the debate with Plumford in studio.
Yeah.
On the issue of dual citizenship.
Yeah.
And anything is never wrong. No one denying them Liberian opportunity who came to see greenest pasture. And then in acquiring dual citizenship. I think it's a matter of choice. Anyone can decide to say either they remain a permanent resident or they strive for citizenship. Under our laws, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia is very clear. It speaks about the unconstitutionality of dual citizenship. And then I see the discussion is still a little bit contradictory, because at one point in time, you advocating for Liberians who are on TED, TPS, and other temporary statuses to be real citizenship or permanent resident. At the same time, you cross-pollinate the topic to Liberia. You say, why are Liberians so anti-lawmakers, are so anti of people who dual citizenship becoming citizens of Liberia? I see that as a little contradiction, because you get to define on which ground you stand. But let me speak to the Liberian side.
Okay, good.
I'm one of those persons who believe, or who have the believability, that dual citizenship for Liberia is a bad idea. And I'll give you several reasons. The most recent, there was an alleged corruption situation involving one Ellen Cochran, who then worked as the managing director of the Liberia Aviation Authority under the past regime of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who through audit established that there were thousands of millions of dollars that were misapplied by the airport authority under her scholarship. Through this investigation, it was later on discovered that she even brought a fiance from the US by the name of one George Melvin Johnson, who went to Liberia and was given contract by her, and the abused it covered. Later on, absconded to the U.S. Is then taking the government of Liberia years to extradite Ellen Cochran because of her close tie with the U.S. So, if you look at our system of governance, which has been faced with serious civil conflict that lasted for over, 15 years, through this rebuilding process, I think it's still, it's still fragile. Our democracy hasn't birthed or matured to that left that we can start to consider the issue of dual citizenship, looking at the pros and cons. So, let me close over saying no one oppose people getting dual citizenship in other countries, but you also know there's a cost attached to it. The countries in Ghana, in Africa, like Ghana, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, others have a dual citizenship regime, but with stipular restriction that once you hold dual citizenship, there are key positions you don't contest for. You then deny your rights into running for presidency or a key cabinet position and even position in the legislature. So I think you guys need to define the argument. How you advocate for those who are about to be deported from this country or permanent status? Or if you want to take it to Liberia, I'm available to serve as one of your student panelists to discuss this matter. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was Africa talk about. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. We're going to go back to the dual citizenship or segment or program. But right now we got in studio Mr. Pay, and behind us is the Watafo. You see the laboratory.
No, we just saying that you just see some laboratory analysis.
So behind us is that's the TAFO, something that have to do with TAFO behind us. So I'm going to put on the other picture that you will see the what he's going to talk about. So right now we're going to pause a little bit for the dual citizenship, and we're going to have Mr. P to just give a little on the educational part on TAFO field. Mr. P, the floor is yours.
All right. We will come back and straighten out dual citizenship.
Yes, we'll have to come back. And I will also see if I can bring Alfred on so we can have, and I'll bring a couple of people on our camp. But the reason why we're talking on that was the people, they're talking about dual citizenship. They don't want to give dual citizenship, but if we have the opportunity to create more jobs, if people from here who are professional can go and create a lot of opportunity in Liberia, the people that we have here that's supposed to be deported, that want to go back home will not be afraid to go back home, because the country will be in a good position where people will go back home and they will get a job and they don't have to worry. So let's go directly to the health side, and we'll come back.
On the other side, you are supposed to lay a correctly dual citizenship of Liberian for America. Then dual citizenship of Liberian. Other people who come to Liberia, who want to be Liberian, who want to hold dual citizenship in Liberia. That another one. Because that other people saying they want Lebanese.
They already have it. They got people who have the dual citizenship and they're living there already
in Liberia,
and they benefiting from that
in Liberia.
Yeah, in Liberia.
Okay, that one side there.
Yeah.
But we who talking about only dual citizenship or Liberian for America. That one thing there. That another thing. So that two different things we're talking here.
Yeah. Okay, but let's go to the health program. We'll come back later on. Okay. And we'll have to come and discuss this. I will bring it back, and I will have Alfred to come on as a guest and bring some people. So TAFO.
We're going to be talking about TAFO.
TAFO. Yeah. So those of you who's watching from Liberia, you want to call your relative, call anybody around you, bring them on. We got Mr. P is in the studio, so he's going to talk about TAFO. So you want to take this very seriously, okay?
You know, typhoid fever is nearly like malaria. That's why majority of people who are infected with typhoid fever, you go to the hospital, instead of them really checking to see whether it's typhoid fever, that's what we call differential diagnosis. Typhoid fever and malaria are similar, but in order to distinguish that, you got to know, the doctor got to really know what are the differential diagnoses that he should pinpoint in order to say, well, this is typhoid and this is malaria. So typhoid fever is a serious type of disease, and this disease is mostly in the developing nation. Mostly it affects many people in the developing nation.
We have it in America, yeah.
Typhoid fever, you can only have it here because somebody brought vegetable.
Okay.
Like somebody had like spinach, tomato or something like that. They brought it from other country, developing country, and brought it here. Okay, that means typhoid fever is transmitted by contaminated food or water of infected person feces.
Wow.
All right, that's how typhoid fever is. Now let me put it. Let's go back to Busekwata, Liberia, Monrovia. All right, you see Busekwata where they had that drainage. People, their toilet tube is empty through that drainage and leading to the beach.
To the beach, yeah.
Okay, that's a sewer there. That's a sewer.
Yeah.
Now, if that sewer is connected with any water, drinking water, you contaminate that whole drinking water. People can develop typhoid, and that outbreak of salmonella will be all around. Many people will be infected with typhoid fever. Okay, that's the kind of places that typhoid fever, the bacteria grow. You see, it grow in that kind of area. That's why sometimes back home we tell people, say, when you are digging your pit latrine, people usually dig pit latrine and where to go in the toilet.
Yeah.
So okay, then you dig in your pit latrine. Now most of the time, pit latrine is necessary in the rural area of Liberia.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, well, hand pump is also necessary in the rural area of Liberia. So what we do, we teach them to say that when you dig in your pit latrine, go 100 feet.
Yeah, might not be too close.
Go 100 feet below the hill. Go down the hill and dig your pit latrine there. Then you come up the hill 100 feet and dig your well right there.
Mr. P, you just said something that just took my mind back, because you said 100 feet?
100 feet.
100 feet. Because I know that in Liberia, some of the way is not far away from the...
No, you cannot do that.
Yeah, because I noticed that in Liberia.
No, that we always had to safeguard the water that we're drinking. Even at some other places, we can say, don't just go 150 feet. We want to be completely safe. We know that underground cross-contamination occur.
Yeah, but hold on, Mr. Pip. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you're from Liberia, please invite somebody to listen to this. To listen, because I visited Liberia and I know what I'm telling you. If you say 150 feet,
yes,
not too many, because people got one lot. They got one lot.
Yeah.
They build a house on the lot. They got a separate thing right there.
Okay.
And the way is just right. It's not that far away.
You see the
And
one.
it's not, the lane is flat. It's not even sloping.
Now
or
let me tell you. You see the one lot.
Yeah.
The one lot have 4 angles, right?
Yes.
You see the left angle, the other angle there.
Yeah.
And you cross it diagonally. Come on this side.
Yeah.
That will be 100 feet.
100
So
feet.
when you dig your well here, you dig the pit latrine up there. Between here, that's 100 feet.
Yeah.
But don't go from the other end to the next end here. No, don't do it that way. It's not 100 feet. If you do it that way, you will have cross-contamination. Sometime to come, you will be infected with salmonella infection. So you cannot do that. That's why they're saying that salmonella infection, typhoid fever, is more prevalent in the developing nation, because over there, hygiene is disregarded.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Poor hygiene in those areas, these are the people that are infected with that. And similarly, when somebody who got typhoid fever, okay, the feces, they crossly go into the drinking water in the well, okay? You drain that into the stomach. It's transferred from the stomach into the bloodstream by the lymphatic drainage. You see over there? You see the pictures behind all there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why when the person go to the hospital, we try to examine you. You will see the doctor put the hand between under the chin like this. You know what we're looking for? We're looking for that lymph node. There's a lymph node that's supposed to be here. We are not supposed to feel it though. But when we feel the lymph node, that means it's solely that something is
You
going
feel
wrong.
my own good, right? I'm good, right?
You know,
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, no problem.
You know, the lymph node, we are not supposed to be feeding it.
Yeah.
All right? But when we feed that lymph node and it's swollen, we say there's a problem here. So because the lymph node is responsible to drain that typhoid bacteria into the bloodstream. So we don't want it that way. So typhoid fever is transmitted by food, contaminated food, from the feces of somebody who is already infected.
Yeah,
Now
sense.
they went to go dig let's say they went in the garden and they picking potato green, they picking pepper and something like that. The person went in the toilet. He didn't clean their hand, he just washing it. He just cleaned himself, but he didn't clean his hand. He didn't wash his hand. He come back and touch that potato green, touch that pepper. The pepper go right to the market. Now the market woman did not wash the pepper. Now the person come and just buy the pepper. He carry the pepper right away and say, "Oh, the pepper is so clean," and cut a little bit and then right away and put it down there. You see, you think say by you cooking, there are many bacteria. You can boil to a temperature of 112 degrees. That bacteria will not die. That bacteria will not die. You know what when we say sterilization in a hospital, when they say, oh, the sterilized material is about 212 degrees. In order to say that this particular material is sterile, that we don't expect the chance of infection is less than 15%. You see? So that's why it is better. We say here, hand washing take at least 80% of diseases down. You hand wash. You come from outside. The children come from outside. They come home. They come from school. They come home. They put their book bed down and say, "Oh, y'all guys, hamburger or hot dog to eat." Everybody go in the bathroom or wheresoever in the scene. Wash your hand with soap and wipe your hand with a paper towel clean before you come to eat.
Yeah, but you see, in Liberia, I always like to reference Liberia because when you in Liberia, when you're out there, you don't have nowhere to wash your hands. You know, people you shaking people's hands, you move from one place to another place, so you find out a lot of people get sick because they don't have the opportunity for
Yeah, that's what happened. Even you transmit common cold from just shaking hand. The person got a hand. Somebody when they sneeze, they don't cover the mouth and nose before they sneeze because common cold will travel just like that. Many people back home, you think that they are well, but many of them are anemic. And whenever you got low blood, you are easily can get pneumonia. You can get common cold, and common cold can lead you to pneumonia, bronchitis, asthma, any of those things.
Wow.
You see? So when you are anemic, when you don't have enough blood is what protects you. You have your immune system within the blood component. So it is better to always make sure that we have enough blood to protect our body. All right. When you sneezing. That's why majority of all we travel with handkerchief in our pocket. You want to sneeze, we take the handkerchief and sneeze inside there. Nothing leave anywhere. We put it right back in our pocket. You see? But you see people, they're talking sometimes, they sneeze right in front of the people.
Yeah.
And that just spread all around.
Yeah.
That's not a good hygiene. You don't practice something like that. You don't do it among the children. Even when you see some teacher, when they're teaching, when they want to sneeze, they just sneeze. No. Because you see the little children over there, they got low immune system, majority of them. So when you sneezing as a teacher, you teaching them, they always have to, cover their mouth and nose and sneeze either in a paper towel or in a napkin, tissue. Then you sneeze right in there. We teach the children, do not sneeze just outside like that when you are among people. You sneeze and close your mouth and nose. Okay, you close it with your hand or your handkerchief or your tissue. You close it. In that way, you are preventing the spread of virus, especially respiratory virus. and all that kind of thing. So those are the way you prevent diseases. But poor hygiene in places like developing world like Liberia, all our places there, it is where typhoid fever is more prevalent because contamination of water with the feces of people who already got this disease, at the same time, our people do not boil the water.
No.
You got well, we teach you, boil the water. Let the water boil and you set it down, a cool down and it settle. Then you drain that water into a clean plate, a cool you drink. At least you are at least 75% safe from getting diarrhea or getting something like typhoid fever.
Yeah.
All right. Typhoid fever, it comes with high fever. When you got typhoid fever, the fever is high. It's like 103, 104. It's high. At that time, if you are not careful with 103, 104, you will start jerking. That's what we call fits. You start jerking, and each time you jerk, you damage brain tissue. Children, when they have fever, you put them in the water, in the lukewarm water, and bring down the fever quick. You don't want them to start jerking. When you start, the child start jerking from the beginning with high fever, start jerking. You're causing trouble to the brain.
The older person can do the same. If it happened to the older person.
Anybody, you are not supposed to be having fever, and that fever lead you to be jerking.
Okay.
When it lead you to be jerking, you're damaging your brain, and down the line, you will not be normal again.
Yeah.
So that cannot. You don't allow that to happen with a child. You don't happen. That's why they always tell you when that child having 102 fever, 103 fever, sponging right away in the lukewarm water and bring down the fever and taking or getting something else to take. And don't let that fever come back. So the same more way when somebody have typhoid fever, that's what they have. They have that high fever. And at the same time, they're having abdominal pain, they have headache, they have diarrhea, they are weak, okay? Those are the same symptoms with malaria. You see? So you go to the hospital now, they say, oh...
So the same symptom with typhoid
fever is the same thing with malaria. But then this is different.
Okay.
You can't just look at somebody and say, oh yeah, he got high fever, yeah, he got stomach pain, headache, yeah, he got diarrhea, oh yeah, okay, don't worry about that. The malaria he got. No. Anybody with high fever, typhoid fever, high fever, he got stomach pain, diarrhea, this and that. In order to treat this person, the first thing you will do with that, we will first of all just put that person on the bed and run the drip in that person. That meantime, we're running the drip of that person. We will take blood. We will ask the person for urine and do blood and stool for just to do it for both person. With typhoid fever, we will see. You see what was showing behind her?
Before the other one we had before.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it back up.
You see that laboratory diagnosis. That's where the laboratory diagnosis come in to make sure that what you're talking is true. You know, you will find those things. You will see particles like that in the blood. When you see that in the blood. So, but with bacteria, with malaria, you will not see that. You will see what we call chromatin dot in the blood of the malaria person. Wow. Malaria person, you will not see chromatin dot in the urine. You will not see it in the stool. You will only see it in the blood. But with typhoid, it will be in the blood, in the urine, in the stool. So that to tell you now that this person had typhoid. You see what happened over there? You see that kind of blood, that blood smell. That's a slide that show to you how you will see. What would be on
that's how it be looking.
What would be the how it would be looking. But with somebody who got malaria smell will be like, it will not be like that. You will do ground stain. When you do malaria, it will not be looking like that. You see, in order to just make sure what you do, because the person having high fever, that's why you put him down and give him a drip. Because when you give that drip to the person, it will decrease the high fever. While the high fever is decreased, you go down there and take the blood. You get urine and the blood and the stool and check it.
That's how it'll be looking?
Yes.
Okay, so you check that.
It's check that. When you check that, when you see a blood specimen like this and check it this way, you see the slide, now you can say, oh, that typhoid. Okay, let me check the stool. You check it. You will see that. Then you check the urine. You will see that. But with malaria, you only see one side. It will only be in the blood.
Oh, you will not see all of that.
You will not see all of that.
Okay.
That's why you know that. How can you know? Say this is not malaria. This is typhoid.
Yeah.
Even though they all come out with fever, high fever, abdominal pain, vomiting, diarrhea, and other things like that.
And I would say to the audience, when
see?
you go, people leave and go to Liberia. When you go to Liberia, you got to really watch what you're eating.
Yes.
You got to watch what you're eating because, you know, if you want to cook, some people go to cook, they buy food, you take it to the house, watch it thoroughly.
Watch it first.
You got to watch it
first.
And sometimes don't just say, oh, I ain't eating food for a long time. I haven't eaten cassava leaf for a long time. You see somebody, you jump there right away, you start eating. Because I had a friend who went to Liberia and we ate a few minutes, we ate some food, and he was driving, going, and he started vomiting in the car.
Yeah, because the food was spoiled.
They cook. They just cooked the food.
Yeah, but it was spoiled with something.
Yeah.
So with $7.
Okay, so we in the car, he started throwing, or so we thinking like, okay, somebody said, oh, the person in the mail.
No.
Yeah, they said, I think the person in the mail, that guy, JFK.
No.
And he vomited, and somebody had a flagy. They gave him flagy. And we took the flagy, and we talking to the hospital. I never follow up on that, but when he went to the hospital, and that was it. So if you're watching, please be careful. Those of you who travel to Liberia. Now, one thing I want you to do for me in the audience, take your phone and hit the share button. Please just hit the share button on your phone. I really appreciate it if you hit the share button because, you know, let's share the video, let other people learn, and get some Mr. Pace back to you.
So the typhoid fever, that's how it is. You got to differentiate it from malaria because you know malaria. Sometimes you had that malaria and you coming out with a high fever like that, it will not just start 1 minute. So that malaria you will have had it for like 3-4 days, and like that, when you have that, when they put you down on the table to palpate you. When we palpate you, you know what we want to feel to make sure that there's malaria? Your spleen. We're going to, by the time we touch your stomach, we'll feel your spleen. We'll say, when this person got enlarged spleen, that's chronic malaria. So we will continually, we'll right away give you chloroquine right away, right there. We'll give you chloroquine right there and treat you with chloroquine. Then we say, just send the blood into the lab. Because I checked this person.
The spleen? You said the spleen?
The spleen.
The spleen. Okay, now where is the spleen located?
The spleen is on the left side.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Peter.
In the loin. You see, the spleen is on the left side. When we put you down.
Oh, this way?
Yes. This is your left side there.
Okay.
When we put you down, we'll always palpate right in the middle of your stomach, right across your belly button, right here. When we palpate right here, this is a malaria person who got malaria, the spleen will be enlarged right here.
Yeah, but my own is not large.
We'll feed the spleen right away. Once you feed it that way, you say, okay, you know what? Y'all gave him some chloroquine.
What about for typhoid?
For typhoid, no. The spleen will not be enlarged.
Okay.
You will not see spleen over there. What differential diagnosis for typhoid is much better.
Okay.
Differential diagnosis, laboratory diagnosis is much better. That's why you're doing 2. You're doing 3. The urine, the stool, and the blood.
Okay.
But with malaria, the diagnosis, physical diagnosis, symptom-wise and sign, plus the blood is what is much better. With malaria, you will see the person's eye will be a little bit yellow.
Malaria.
You're
talking about chronic malaria now?
Yeah, it'll be yellow.
Okay.
And then from there, you will find out that the person's spleen is enlarged. Okay? The spleen is enlarged. So when you see the spleen enlarged and you got a little, the sclera is yellow, the white part of the eye, they call that the sclera, you call that atrial sclera. When it's yellow, then you say, well, this person may be having malaria, chronic malaria. And malaria doesn't just develop 1 minute like that. That's why the spleen will be enlarged. That's why the spleen will be enlarged. So that's how you differentiate typhoid from malaria. You see? So it is not every fever, high fever, abdominal pain, diarrhea, constipation come with that's typhoid. Or it's not all will come with malaria. So you always have to make sure that you do a laboratory diagnosis. But in those days, we used to give people chloramphenicol for typhoid fever and other things like that. That was a drug of choice. Okay. But we don't know whether they had that at home. But typhoid is more prevalent in a poor hygienic nation, developing nation, where hygiene is very poor, where they got sewer contaminated with drinking water. You see?
Right.
So it's not right.
And when you look at Liberia, I mean, most of when you talk about this, is something like, because I know a lot of people that got wet, and that's far away from where they have the bathroom, and they have, people having garden right there too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people eat. Some people go to the back where they have the fresh. They say, oh, the green growth. The potato greens grow very fresh here.
Okay.
And they go and take something from there and eat. So wow, this is something. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to. These are things that you're supposed to know. You don't have your pit latrine built closer to the well. You can't do it that way because you have cross contamination. So every food that you pick, anything, even you go to the market, you want to buy tomato or bitter ball or okra or anything. When you bring it home, that fish, even if it is a meat, try to fish your lime juice. Take your lime juice, fish your lime juice, and put it. Just buy as much as you can buy lamb, and then squeeze it.
Even when you buy it from grocery store in America, right? When you go to the grocery store, whether it's because sometimes it's in the plastic and sealed up, and you think everything is already ready to go. No problem with that. It's sealed up. Take it off and wash it.
Take it out. You wash it with lamb juice.
Okay.
You wash your food all the time. Especially the meat and fish and everything like that, the pig feet, the chicken feet, everything. Wash it with lamb juice completely before you cook it. That's the best way, because lamb juice is acidic, and acidic, more bacteria do not live in acidic condition. You see, that's why you try to clean your food, wash your food with lamb juice before you cook it. All right, so that's what happened with typhoid fever. Let's say if you give the right medicine to typhoid fever, in 2 days time the person feel better, but that person will feel better actually in 7 to 10 days when you give the correct type of medicine.
Now, what are some of the medication they can use, Mr. P?
The drug of choice for typhoid fever, what we used to give is chloramphenicol. That's the drug of choice. Chloramphenicol.
The chloroquine?
It can be like it can be like ampicillin, erythromycin, terramycin, but it is white.
Right? It gotta be prescription.
It's a prescription drug.
Okay.
But I don't know what to do in Liberia.
No, I know people will just go over the counter and whatever they get from there. And
but the point that you don't know chloramphenicol, you see, people can't just take flagyl for anything. Flagyl you only give for what we call
running stomach, right?
No, amoebic bacillus. You see?
Okay.
You see?
I think when I leave from here, I'm absolutely sure I'm going to be a doctor.
You don't just get up and give flagyl for that. But when we talk about flagyl, we'll talk about where people can give flagyl. They don't give it.
Oh, so if your stomach running, you can
not every running stomach you give flagyl. Okay. You give a running stomach, you give flagyl.
Because the guy I told you about, he was throwing all of that and go to the bathroom. So we just gave him the flagyl and said, "Mama, take this." Wow.
You don't just get running stomach and then running stomach flagyl. Flagyl for amoebic dysentery, and people can also have dysentery, but that is bacillary dysentery before, and then flagyl is not indicated in that.
Okay, so for the typhoid.
The typhoid fever, they usually take a drug of choice for it is chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol, yeah. They give it.
Yeah, but in Liberia, I think people get it over the counter. I don't know what.
I don't know if I had it, but that's a prescription.
Over here, it's going to be.
Yeah, over here, it's going to be prescription, because even the fact that you will see a pharmacy.
It's not common here though, right? The typhoid
no. Typhoid fever is not prevalent in industrialized nations.
Okay, so it got to be. Yeah.
It's only in developing nations.
Developing, okay.
You see, when you guys were on the camp, when the people were on the camp.
Oh yeah, typhoid fever.
Oh,
they're walking all over the place.
You see, everybody will have typhoid fever.
Even in Liberia, they're walking all over the place. They can call you, say, "I'm here. You want me?"
Typhoid fever were all around. You see, because over there you share
jump. But the hygiene is the problem.
Yes,
that's
what we call poor hygiene. That's what lead to developing typhoid fever. You see, it's developing nation. Typhoid fever is not the poor drinking water contaminated with the sweat. That's very, very, very not healthy enough.
Okay.
It's not
now
good.
For the audience, those of you that are watching, the phone number is on there. You look at the screen, you see the phone number, and we have the first number. You can use that number for our cash app if you want to donate to the platform. We appreciate that. And we have Mr. P is in studio. I'm going to see if I can get in touch with that couple to come on. But if you can call and ask your question, especially for those of you that are in Liberia, The number on the screen, you can use that number for the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number, the first number, 215-954-1375. You can call that number on the WhatsApp number. You will get us, and you'll be able to talk directly to Mr. P. And I'm gonna call Dr. Cooper too. So please, you can call and Mr. P. I think we'll take a little break and take a little break, and we'll be right back. And we can have you continuing on the topic.
So we'll take a break. Okay.
Take a look at my baby, yeah. God damn it, take a look at my baby, yeah. We see riding, we be looking so pretty, yeah. Take a look at my baby, yeah.
Yeah, it's why I love my baby girl, because she hold me down for real. Scoop me up in that black Nissan when I didn't have them wheels. So now I got my baby riding with me. Plus she be looking extra pretty. Put 100 carats on and gave her chills. For real. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Pretty little mama, what you saying? I don't wanna go another day, yeah. If I don't get to see your pretty face, yeah. Oh no, yeah. 'Cause you know I like it when you say that. You know I like it when you play that. Ain't no competition when you come around. Oh no, yeah. 'Cause you got a vibe, you already know. Shawty fine from my head to toe. It's been a while since I had you close. So tell me why would I let you go? There ain't a thing that I wanna need, just your love and company. Baby, I'll do anything you please, just as long as you stay with me. So baby, won't you stay tonight? Here we can do the things you like. Won't you stay tonight? And I'ma make you feel right. Oh baby, won't you stay tonight?
Okay, we are back, and unfortunately, we just spoke to Dr. Cooper, and Dr. Cooper is driving. He's on his way to Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
To Atlanta, so he expecting a conference call, so he might jump in later on. But he said he will probably call later on. So we can get Dr. Cooper on right away. So we're gonna have Mr. Pedro just keep doing his thing, and if Dr. Cooper call, I'm gonna put Dr. Cooper on the phone. All right. Now, to you, if you're out there, you're health, you into the health field, and you think you got something you want to contribute to this program, we'll have Mr. P. You can call and talk to him, and you can become part of the team. So whenever we're discussing something, you can be part of it. All right. Okay. This.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Mr. P is going to continue.
So good morning. We are back again on Lrtn, Liberian Radio and Television Network. Our show is Platform for Education. We are giving you some little hint on, personal hygiene.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. P, let me ask you something. When somebody get tired, for how long it take if you're gonna you before you ready start getting sick? How long does it take? Does it take a few days, or when you hit right away?
You get tired for
because you see my friend I'm telling you about, that he ate the food and he started vomiting right away. That was so we didn't stay that long. We were just there for the food was hot, we ate, and we left from there after like 30 minutes. He started throwing out.
Okay.
So is it that quick?
Typhoid fever is quick because it's coming inside the stomach.
Oh.
It's in the stomach. The reason you get the fever, it will have been drained from the stomach by the lymphatic drainage to get into the blood. Then when you get into the blood, that's the time you get fever.
Okay.
But until you get fever, that your stomach will be
I don't
suffering.
think that typhoid you had because your skin was not hot.
No, but it first thing when the food is spoiled. You see some of the restaurant, our country restaurant, they cook potato grain, they cook any grain, cassava leaf, flour, salt, this and that, and then they say they're preserving it. All right, they're preserving it. But when you take that soup, when you open that bowl, you see it foaming.
Yeah.
That soup. Look at the foam. It foaming. It's not supposed to be that way. If you see that food, you put a spoon in it, and it foaming, it's spoiled. That's the physical character of a spoiled palawa sauce, potato green, cassava leaf, something like that. You will not have to eat
because
it.
sometimes it can be food, got the oil on it, they say the food is good.
Yeah,
that's what the food.
You see, sometimes you think say when the food tastes sour, then you know that it's bad.
Yeah.
No, it is not all bad food tastes sour.
I was gonna say
no,
that.
it is not all bad food tastes sour. No, some food will taste very good, but it's already spoiled. But when you eat it in the stomach, the enzyme is produced. When it produces and react to the poison, you start vomiting right away. There will be no digestion. It will start coming out right away. Before you can even have fever, that is the first thing to do. Diarrhea, you may be having diarrhea right away. You'll be vomiting right away. The food is spoiled. All right? That's the first thing that will happen. So that's why typhoid fever, before you start coming with a fever, you should know that it's all. You see the laboratory diagnosis.
Let me put that on the screen.
So you will see that's the kind of salmonella bacteria right there.
This one. Okay, let me put it on the screen so
that you see, and when that thing is in your stomach, when it's in your stomach, you must look at that. You see over there, you see the water? That's why you get in the water. You see? Those are the things you get in the water. You see?
Wow.
You see? That's what happened. Now it can cause you to have enlarged liver, the spleen. It can cause you to have spleen, your intestine and all that. You can have rash all over on your body. You see, those are the things. When you have typhoid, you see, you will start having a white coating in your mouth. That one, someone will say, let's look at your mouth. You see that white coating over there?
Yeah, let me put it up so they can see it.
You see? So those we try to ask you, we try to make you to understand that you look at those things. You see, these are things that when you go to the hospital, you know, and it can be a little bit different. So let the people know that, you know, sometimes we are there, but we do not have a laboratory equipment, and it becomes a little bit bad for us.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes a little bit bad for us. So.
Wow.
That's what we call it. But typhoid is a serious disease. If you don't do it, you should know. If this disease can perforate your intestine, you should know that that's trouble. If it can get you enlarged spleen, that's trouble. You know your spleen is responsible for your defense mechanism. We call your immune system. Your spleen is the biggest system we got for your immune system. Your spleen. Because that's why when you got malaria, your spleen take them all until it get enlarged. You see? Your spleen is there to protect you. So your stomach is there to protect you. That's why anything you put in your stomach is not right. The first thing you will start vomiting. It will not wait.
Yeah.
You see? It won't wait until it get into your bloodstream. If you develop fever, if it's not in your bloodstream, you will not develop fever. And the blood is very sensitive. Any poison get in there, anything that's not supposed to be there, it get in there, the first thing you have fever. That will be the sign. You see?
Okay, I'm trying to put this up for you guys to see it.
Okay. Now that is not bad. Okay, that's very good. You see the man hand there with a cup. You see that greeny cup, you will see that man hand right there. You see there with the cup. You see? So that is let's say the sewer is mixed with your drinking water. You take the water, you think the water is clean. But look at what in that water.
You
see?
Right cup right there.
Yeah, that's a cup right here.
Yeah, right there.
You see that cup?
Yeah.
You see? So when you see that drinking water, you see.
Well, sometimes you'll not be able to see it with your bare eyes.
No, that when we take,
because if you're in Liberia and you go to the well, you drink the water from the well, you not want to see it.
You go take the analysis. Let's say if typhoid fever, there was an outbreak of typhoid fever in the village.
Yeah.
So when we send an investigator or environmental health, somebody like Randy Dabo them, when we send them there, they're going to take the sample of that water.
Yeah.
They're going to take the sample of that water and examine it. When they examine that water with all their analysis equipment, that's what they're going to be looking at in the water. Those are the bacteria. That's what we call Salmonella typhosa. That's what Salmonella typhoid. Instead of like you got FI, but it's TYPHI typhoid. Salmonella typhoid. That's what you're looking at.
This right here, up here?
No.
Oh,
the glass.
Oh, the glass.
Right there, Salmonella typhoid. That's what we're looking at.
Okay.
You see, right that glass. You see, yeah, that's the glass right there. You see, right there. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, right there.
That's what we're looking at. But you see the other one on your intestine where it perforates.
Yeah, the one right here.
Yes, the intestine. Right there. You see that? Now you see the small rashes on the other side there.
Yeah.
You can develop rash on your skin.
From the typhoid.
Typhoid. You can develop rash on your skin. Yes. So these are all differential diagnoses in order for the doctor to come up with a definitive diagnosis and say, this is the typhoid. We're treating you for that. So when there's an outbreak, let's say you're treating somebody with typhoid, you ask them, where are you coming from? Oh, I live in West Point. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
When you say you live in West Point, we're looking at people who from West Point, any of them got typhoid.
Yeah,
where you coming from? I'm coming from Lockington. Where you coming from? I'm coming from Nukutown.
But you know the area they calling, the area name you calling, those are the places that most of the sickness
is.
Yes. It's there.
That's where, by the time you say that you're having the typhoid, you're having the fever, and we diagnose you to be having typhoid fever, we tell you, say, do you live in Lockington or Nukutown? Yeah, I live in there. I got my house there. So how many of you in the house? You say, okay, we are two with the social person. So those people, you try to bring them in.
Yeah.
You try to bring them in and get specimen from them.
I don't know whether they're doing that.
You see, because in other words, you don't want the outbreak to spread all around.
Yeah.
That is the outbreak just in one house. So if you take the people in our house and take care of them, you contain them, you quarantine them. That's how we call that. What we call you put them together that nobody will be able to come across them. You treat them.
At the whole of West, what are you talking about?
No, they will be coming from one house.
Yeah.
Because he will tell you, say, I got my brother and sister living with me in that house. And now he, the only person, come up. He, the only person, got it first. He was the first person to get it. That's why he coming. But it developing in the family.
Yeah, in the
it's
family.
developing in the family. Because sooner or later, you will see them coming with fever again. So at that rate, bring them in. So that we can treat every one of them. But typhoid fever, when you treating it, don't just treat it. You say, oh, okay, we'll treat it, you go home. Always ask the person, where you living? How many of you living in the house? Because you know that people could be coming from that same area.
Yeah.
That same area. At that rate, what you do, you call the environmental department and say, look, this person came here with he came here with typhoid fever. Definitively, we are diagnosing to have typhoid fever. We treating him, but we want you to go in our community, check the water source, where they had their pay latrine. You see, because if the pay latrine, this man, you don't know he been over there for maybe for 2 weeks or so. He developed a thing. He been going into the place and he defecated all around. Mixed with the water, everybody else there will be an outbreak. There's going to be an outbreak of typhoid fever. So go down there. That become environmental problem. You see? So we got to treat the people like that in each community. We got to treat them. When the president comes from our community, we got to get those people, quarantine those people. Sometimes you say, okay, all of you in the house here, we don't want anybody coming in the house. You stay out. We want to take care of these people. Everybody, you put them in the house, in the car, carry them. They will get your blood. They will get your stool. They will get your urine.
Yeah.
Those are the things we will check. Okay. Then beside that, you look at them. You say, do you go in the toilet and then blood in the toilet? They will tell you, say, no blood in the toilet. You look at their body. whether there's a rashes, you look at their mouth, and then kind of a white patch at the bypass or their throat. You look at those things because those are the things that are developing. You see, that's what typhoid fever will do to people. So you check all these things. You see, where how this person coming from, treat that whole group. Examine that whole group and make sure that nothing is happening to any of them, nothing is developing in any of them. But don't just treat one person. It's just like a sexually transmittable disease.
Yeah.
Somebody got gonorrhea, you didn't ask them for their source, then you just treat them and go. What about the person that you went with? That person, you leave that person will be traveling to that other person, you go to that other person, go to that other person.
Yeah.
As a result, you got a whole community infected with gonorrhea.
Yeah, everybody got it.
You see? So that's not the way to do it. When you treat one person with sexually transmittable disease, try to ask for the source. You see? Try to ask for the source. Anything like that, try to ask for the source. You see? Anything that, diseases that are transmitted with water, with food, from that source, you eat something from the kosher and you vomiting, go to that kosher, say, look, man, yeah, whatsoever you cooking here, the whole thing will dominate. Okay? We dominate the whole thing, wash the place clean and clean up the place here. We are not going to allow you to sell anything right here to anybody until we get this whole place clean. You see? That's how we will be able to take care of Liberia to do what we call the healthcare delivery system.
Yeah.
That's how the healthcare delivery system operates.
Hygiene is a major problem in Liberia.
Now, when we're doing the healthcare delivery system, the environmental health are closely on our back because by the time we see them, we send them there. They are going to go there to see why hundreds of people over here, every now and then they come with malaria. Every now and then they come in with fever. Every now and then they come in with fever. Y'all go down there and see where the people waste their water. Is there any stagnant water anywhere around there? Is there any kind of place they're wasting the water in a hole and they're putting dirt in that hole and they put water in there? Malaria is breeding, mosquito is breeding in that place. Y'all go there and treat the place. All right? Y'all go there and find out where they got their drinking water coming from. Y'all go there and find out where they go in their pit latrine. Then environmental health is going there now. That's the work that they're doing to make sure that when we finish doing that, if we clear the source of infection, these people will not come out with animal infection like that.
Okay.
This is how developing nation works. That's how we run and come over here. You know. So we will take another break and we'll come back and close out the program for the day.
Yeah, and if you're on there, you're watching too, you got a topic that you think, something that is burning and you want, a burning topic that you want for Mr. The professionals here to address. You can also call that number, call me and let me know, and I will tell them ahead of time so they can do the research before they come back on and talk about, the issue. So please share the video, and we have the number on there. There's a Cash App number. You can call that number and donate and help us out. I got a couple of friends call me. I got another lady she'll call you and talk to you. She want to come on, a guy want to talk to his wife. She want to get in touch with you, which I think she into the cancer business. She want to come and discuss. Okay. They want to discuss cancer, how you can, things that cause cancer and all of that.
Okay.
So just for the audience, I know when I leave from here, I'm going to be a doctor because I'm learning a whole lot. Hearing things and seeing things. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
D12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you did by me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you did by me, I jump over it. They will see it. I say they will, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You supposed to let me. You not let me say you supposed to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go away with you, and when I feel it will hurt. When I need it with you. Yes, sir. All I do was win. All I do was win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win. I say I jump over it. Now how you did for me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you did for me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. They can do what they do, and they can talk all they talk. They can do what they do. Hey, turn the fire the person, Holy Ghost fire the person. Turn the fire the person. All I do is win. All I do is win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you were born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win. They will see a koro with a big eyeball. They will see a koro with a small eyeball. They will see a koro with a big eyeball. They will see a koro with a small eyeball. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. Yeah. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. I say your time, now your time, nobody can stop it. I say I jump over it. Now how you did for me, I jump over it. All I did was win. All I did was win. Born to win. I say.
Okay, we're back.
Good morning, we're back. This is Lrtn, Liberian Radio and Television Network, based here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and I'm getting a lot of messages, people telling me, well, I'm not looking at the camera. And Mr. P is not looking. They say I'm doing 5 different things at the same time. I got all the other platforms here.
We gotta be demonstrating and telling you. Yeah, we're demonstrating and telling you.
I'm not looking at the camera. I see that I'm working on answering people talking to them because I got the computer. I wish I could show the camera so you see all the computers around here. So
sooner or later they will be doing. The sling will come, then they will know everywhere.
We're getting more equipment coming, so we're getting things together. So back to the topic. Now I see we have. Oh my goodness, we have so many people here. We got Henry Peabody is watching. Body was just on from Liberia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got some people there when he gets in Liberia and he doing some work. I got Solo Konaté. That's the one of our reporters we're gonna be having in Liberia. I got Sweetie, Felicia, Anita, Marianne. Amma is watching.
Okay.
Amma is gonna be working. But I don't know what you're doing watching. I hope you're doing a good job. All right, well, you're watching yet? Okay, I got Rosie. I got Rachel, Ricky, Louis. We still got Alfred Topa is on here. We got oh my God, James Saki. How you doing, James Saki? We got James Sango on here too. We got Tracy, and we got. Listen, I can't call all the names, but. Thank you for watching. Share the video to somebody and let them learn something. Okay, we're talking on TAFO. is up there.
Yeah, we're talking on
So-
typhoid fever. Just so that our viewing audience will know, and those of us who are living in the developing world, let's say we're talking Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, all these are all developing nations, right?
Yeah.
And we got villages all in these nations we're talking about. So the basic thing to learn from this program is that we will reduce the rate of infection of typhoid fever if we practice good hygiene. We should not dig our well closer to our pit latrine or our toilet. It should all be like 150 feet apart. You dig the well here and you dig the pit latrine over there, but they should be between 150 feet apart so that you will not have underground cross contamination. We don't want it that way. So typhoid fever is spread by contaminated food and water, drinking water. That means the person who is contaminated, the person who is sick, he will have, toilet, and that toilet will be mixed with the drinking water. And from there, if you go and drink, it will be problem. Even the person got typhoid fever, he go in the toilet and then he clean himself, but he didn't wash his hand. You come back and shake his hand. Now you shake that man's hand, you go down and see the donut, Mami Pop Pepper on the street, and you take that, you didn't wash your hand, you take that and eat. You have been infected right there. So basic, wash your hand before you eat. When you come from outside, you shake people's hand, you open the door, you touch this thing, you touch that. When you go home, when you want to eat something, anything you want to eat, wash your hand with soap and water before taking that food to eat. That's the way to protect it. You see, the hospital is not intended to just be there. Oh, you got typhoid fever here today, we give you chloroquine, you finish taking it, yeah, you all right, yeah, you go back. Then tomorrow you come back again, you got typhoid fever. No, that's not the way. If you will be coming with typhoid fever every day, then we want to know where you're getting it from.
Where you getting it from?
You
Then
see?
we gotta go to where
So
you,
we
where
gotta
the
then we gotta
source.
go down there. We call environmental health to call audience on you and say, well, there's a place you're drinking your water. We want to make sure that nobody drink their water. We got to treat it. We got to stop you guys from drinking their water or all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You see, we can't treat one thing over and over again. We can't treat. Let's say we got people. They say you're saying all statistics. We got 200 people. They send statistics from Sino County. They all with malaria and in last spring. Hey, where you people will be being infected with malaria in last spring. Let's see where you're living. Let's see the water around there. Let's see where is any water there breeding mosquito. Let's see your house that you're living in. Is these houses are protected? Is breezy? Do you have a ventilation or anything? We want to see that. Then we will send environmental health group to Sino to see where the malaria, the mosquito coming from, because mosquito is the carrier for malaria.
Yeah.
You see, the mosquito bite you and inject that into you. There where you come from. We'll talk about it another time. But what we're saying is, when we treat you with any infection that is transmittable by either food, by drinking water, or sexually transmittable, in that way, when we do that, it will.
Hello, your name or where you calling from?
My name is Sophie, and this.
Okay. Please, if you have bills issues, wait. When we get out of here, you can call. You can call us later, but right now we're not taking. I want to say welcome, Miss Thomas. I see Miss Thomas, Bernice, Theo Phillips, Daniel, Matu, and Benu, Queen. Everybody, welcome on the show. Welcome, and please share the video.
Yeah.
Share the video so somebody else can benefit from the educational part of this this segment, okay?
So in that way, be mindful. Anything that you see, that any diseases that you can get from being transmitted by contact, human contact. That is, you shake the person's hand, or you know that it is in food, it is in drinking water, it's from touching and other things like that. Let's first of all make sure that we're able to wash our hands before we eat. Let's make sure that when we are sneezing, we cover our nose and mouth to sneeze. Let's make sure that our drinking water is safe. Let's make sure that the food we got is covered. You know, when we come to eat it, get a warm food and eat. Make sure, look at your food. It's not foaming. The green is not foaming. No foam in it. It is not all food that spoil, taste, die. No. The food will taste good, but it is spoiled. All right? Look at those things. Those are important things that we should know to keep safe every day. Wash our hands to eat. Sneeze in the tissue. Okay? When you shake people's hand, you wash your hand. Okay? When you go to eat, wash your hand. And make sure that our drinking water is safe. Okay? The typhoid fever is mostly in a developing nation, poor hygienic area. Okay, where the sewer mixed with drinking water. We don't boil our water properly. If we are in the village, let's try to boil our water. If we drink it from the well, get the water from the well, boil it before you drink it. All right? It will
I just feel sorry for the
that would be the most
especially for the babies, because if they don't have the opportunity to buy mineral water or to get good water, you know they usually get the water. I know in Liberia they usually boil the water for the children.
Yeah.
The little baby, they will boil it, then they put it in the flask.
Yeah.
Then when they want them to drink, then they use that.
Yeah, they use that again.
Yeah, differently.
So
that's good, right?
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to keep that, because if you let the child come down with running with diarrhea, it will kill the child right away. It will kill the child. If the child run down with diarrhea, potassium is running down, sodium is running down, you don't have any, that child has no more, the blood is not do not have any more water in it, and that child develop hemoconcentration. It becomes very, very bad. We don't want it that way. So you don't let a child come off with diarrhea and other things like that. So try to boil water. Typhoid fever is transferred from one person to another by food and drinking water. And it is mostly in a poor hygienic area. People toilet on the beach, and people toilet in the place, and they don't clean their hand, nothing to wash their hand. No, it's not right. So that's the best way to do it. The only way we develop, the only way we improve our living standard, by following these procedures when we see it. That's why we went to school. When you go to school, practice what you learn. When you learn it, you improve your living standard. You make your lifespan much longer. All right? If we don't do it that way, we are going to hurt ourselves early before the time.
Trouble.
You see? So you have any question, call us right now and
Call.
you share the video.
The number is on the screen. The number keep going on the screen. 215-954-1375. Call, because the more you interact with us, then we know that we got to keep it moving. So call the number if you're on there. Hello, your name? Hello.
Hi, this call is for.
No, we're not taking that call right now. So if you're on here and you're watching, the 215-954-1375, that is the if you're in Liberia, that would be the WhatsApp number. You can call that number right now, and you'll be able to talk directly to the professionals in the studio right now. The 267 number, you can also call that number too, and we also, you can donate. We're asking that you help, help us donate to this platform. I'm going to put the our address also on the screen. You have the address above us, and that's the address. You can write a check, and send it to that address. I need to go check that, because I've been saying that I haven't gone to the post office to look to see if we have anything. And we appreciate it, because we got to run this. And the good news is, by the grace and help of God, next time when Mr. P is talking, we're going to have a reporter in Liberia, like where you talk about 100 feet from the separator to the well. We're going to be giving you an example where we'll put it on the screen, and we'll have a reporter right there that will be showing you
Yeah.
exactly what he's talking about, and we'll have them to go into West Point and go
Yeah.
into the places, so you can have an idea on what he's talking about. Because we have some other different audience on here who are not, they haven't seen this before.
Yeah, because
So it'll be
those-
good for
those-
them to see it, and
you see.
in this way they will be able to donate to a cause that we can help.
Even
And-
as much as we can talk about, let's say across the bridge, those are all coming from Liberia, Monrovia, across the bridge. You see that Johnson Bridge, when you cross that Johnson Bridge, everybody that living behind there, all right? Over there, you will see West Point, you will see New Cruton, you will see Lookington. You see that area? When there's an outbreak in that area, everybody over there will be infected because they are so close together, and hygiene over there is poor. There's poor hygiene in that particular region. Across that bridge, there's poor hygiene over there. When we have any outbreak in Lookington, in New Cruton, and in West Point, everybody, Jamaica Road, everybody will be infected because there are poor hygiene around
Alfred is
there.
asking a question. You say, is it 100 feet in depth or 100
Distant.
feet in
The
in
distance.
surface?
No,
surface different.
The distance, from here, you see from here to on the road, that the distance between the well and the toilet.
Okay.
That's the distance between the well and the toilet. We're not talking about digging down. No, we're not talking about going under the ground. We're talking about the distance
On the surface.
On the surface.
Yeah. So
Okay?
Alfred, to answer your question, he said on the surface.
On the surface.
So you got 100 feet from
100 feet from where you're digging all the way down there, all the way 150 feet all the way back there. So that means cross contamination is not. It will be maybe less than 10%.
Okay. All right. I'm looking on a different platform to see if I can see the different comments. I'm so just give me a little time and okay. So the number is on the screen, so you can call that number and you talk directly to Mr. P. And if nobody have anything, I guess we've been on for a little bit. We'll have to call it. And Mr. P, you know what you're going to be discussing on Friday?
Yeah, on Friday, because of all these, it comes with the abdominal problem. Like we see, you got a stomach pain and other things like that with typhoid. We'll be discussing what we call amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery, and that is prevalent also over there. You see, amoebic dysentery, amoeba. You see, that's a contaminated water. You take the water from the village without boiling it. You drink that.
Yeah, they go to the creek and they just take the water from
amoeba. You get amoeba dysentery, and when you get amoeba dysentery,
the name don't sound good. The name alone can tell you that death. Oh my goodness.
So we'll be discussing amoeba.
So you see, it's a blessing for me to have all the guys around me. So if anything going wrong, each time they set an example here, I'm gonna ask the question to make sure I'm okay. So this, like I said, no copay. You don't have to go to the doctor or anything. You sitting there right here, you look at your phone and you can ask your question. Anything going on with you, you can ask the question right here and they will be able to answer your question. So call this number. It's important that you call and share the video.
Some people can travel from Liberia here with amoeba dysentery.
Yeah.
Because it may be developing in your stomach, but by the time you get here, then you start going to the bathroom fast, then that's trouble there now. Yeah. So we'll be discussing that. Just like the way somebody can come here with malaria, the first 2 weeks you spend here, you start feeling cold. Then that malaria will knock you down first before you can know. Yeah. So we will discuss malaria, why people come here, and I was not having malaria before I came, I was not having malaria. Yeah. And now just 2 days ago, it's just like to say they got malaria.
No, they brought it with them.
You see, you brought it along with you. Yeah, so we'll discuss malaria next week. We'll discuss amoebic dysentery on Friday.
On Friday, right?
Okay.
Friday we'll discuss that.
We'll discuss amoebic dysentery, and we'll put down on the screen when you have amoebic dysentery, what do we see in the stool when we go to do analysis? So you will see it at the back.
Yeah. So you can see that and have it. I will see if I can do slideshow too, so you can, while he talking, you can actually be seeing exactly what's going on. So it's very important. Want to say thanks for watching. Let me see if we have any comment. If we have any comment yet, those that are calling. And, oh, we got so much going on here. Different platform. Everybody on here, and we're watching. And okay, somebody on YouTube say thanks very much for the program. And this person saying, oh, let me see. Yeah, somebody saying, oh, thanks for the program. And somebody saying, okay, it's actually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah.
Mr. P is here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And just to let you know, we're not going to be only in studio, because we're planning to start going outside very soon with G Money Cannibal. I was on his show earlier because he's supposed to be here, but he has something to run after. He just came in the studio, so I did his show. You saw me on his platform. So if we don't have anything else to say and nothing else, especially for the dual citizenship, we're going to come back and discuss that. But if you're a Liberian also and you in America and you are a citizen or your status is right, please call your local representative, statement, and ask them to please support the bill.
Yeah,
support
support that legislation, that Jairi will have to introduce on the floor, so that call your congressman.
I was on the conference call last night with
but he had so many
calls,
and he only had 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour. So I couldn't say anything.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is to just spread their letter in the mail this morning.
Oh, you have the letter.
I got all the letter. I'm gonna spread in the mail this morning.
Okay.
So let's call them, because we cannot allow our brother and sister to go back. In America, not actually going to do it. By the time we show up to Washington, you will see something different will be formulated right away. So call all our friends, call your congressperson, so that you can tell them.
Put it on speaker. Okay.
So you can call your congressperson and then tell them to support that bill that will be introduced on the floor by Jairi, concerning the Liberian who have come here and were giving TPS and giving DED, and the DED and the TPS has already expired. So Trump is threatening to send the people back if their starter is not correct by the time he think he's set up. So that's why Jairi has formulated this legislation, and it's going to be introduced on the floor of the House of Representatives. So majority of the Liberians will be taking on Washington on the Thursday tomorrow, the 14th.
Yeah, 14th.
They will be going to Washington tomorrow to see.
You had the opportunity to go up there.
To go down there and then help and see our various Congress people and who will be there to help. So we will be contacting like Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all the people will be contacting them. So when we do that, we know that we will succeed, and that bill will pass, and our brother and sister will be living in America with green card. They will be having their status will be changed to green card. So in this way, every one of you there who will be watching us, please listen to this and support the cause, okay? You either can go to Washington, if you want to go with them, fine. You can just go there. Anytime we go to, when they say march on Washington, they're looking at the numbers. They're looking at the group.
Yeah, if you don't have too many people, they're not
so you don't have enough people.
They're not going to waste the time. It's not that serious.
You don't have enough people, except those few people who are in front will know who are the Congress people they want to see. But mainly they like to see the group of people. When the group of people are there and the Washington Post come and take pictures and all that, it becoming important. Then then they will send it to CNN, and all the other media will start putting it on. So that's why the number is important when we're taking a march onto Washington. So those are all who are here. We will be going as well. So let us go and then support this cause, so that the brother and sister will be having. We'll get to get their status changed, and will be all.
Send people back to relay.
Nobody. They will not go by there.
Yeah.
They will not go by there. It's just a threatening. But our groups are here. We got good Republican.
We have a lot of Liberians here too.
We got good Republican, and we got Democrat, and they know the history already existing here. So they are not just going to send all just like some other group of people.
Yeah.
It's not so. So we want you to hear that. Other than that, we will close the program, the platform for education for right now, and we'll come back on Friday, and we'll give you education on amoebic dysentery. Until then, goodbye for today.
Thank you very much. And we want you to don't forget the number on there is the WhatsApp number, and you can also donate on that number. You can call us. The first number is 215-954-1375. That's the Cash App number too. You can also donate on that number. We want to say thank you for watching, and I guess we'll see you
on Friday.
I'll be here tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. All right.